A very quiet section without Crater in here, eh?
It is.
I sort of zoned out, to be fair.
Test. Audio test, test. Yep, okay, we're good.
You what, mate?
I'm just testing the stream audio. I just hope I don't have the flipped audio bug again. While appointment, that won't be fun.
It's not too bad, to be fair.
Yeah, I'll be alright.
I don't remember what it... It might have been Arma. I used to get it in quite a lot. I think it's to do with my drivers on my computer being old.
Well, I've got the IQ app open this time, which is its app, so it should be okay.
User left your channel.
Get your face paint off.
They
Lunatic.
your bullets magically become blanks.
Yeah, right, Archie.
Yeah.
Not sure if it's plus or minus, but there's 5 points somewhere there.
Hey, my audio is fixed.
Thanks, son.
Bruh. My Ace Interact button isn't working.
Do you use SteelSeries?
No, I use Corsair.
Okay, some keyboards you can disable the Windows key.
Yep, that's why.
Yeah, mine does it all the time. No, it's not working.
That
Took me an hour the first time to figure out why.
Can we just pretend that that didn't happen and you didn't hear anything?
I did not hear
I
anything.
heard everything.
Shut up.
Fuck off, Noble.
It was very funny.
You're very funny.
I know.
Shut up.
Windows key.
Your mum.
Did she enjoy it? That's all I ask.
No, of course she didn't.
Mm-hmm.
2-4 radio check.
Yeah, but Jesus.
Hello, boss man.
Stay out of radio.
What, because you like obnoxious things?
No, I just don't like the way that
Yo.
the in-game GPS
Lee, I
is
have
like
good
this
news.
holographic thing.
My audio's fixed.
Yeah.
Are you happy? It might
I'm
be
very
coming used to
happy.
it, because I've done a lot of it.
Right on the map, inside channel.
Yeah,
red
possibly.
You should be able to
Man, but I like it.
I know.
Okay.
Let's go, Noble.
Yeah, let's go somewhere.
Constant radio check.
Have you just dicked him completely?
Yeah, pretty much.
Do you want me to dick you?
No, I'll pass.
And then there's
Is that offer open to me?
What?
Radio check, you daft cunt.
Oh.
Making a route.
Sorry.
It's a whole 4 turns, and it's like 8 miles.
Oh, we have to go super mega quick on the motorway.
Like a fucking Autobahn.
Yeah. So the route
Who said
notes
that?
for this.
Who said that? That voice was mega deep. Was that Mesh?
What?
Link.
Who
The
said all this?
directions are right, left. That's it.
Your first left, isn't that just a straight?
Nope. Well, yeah, okay. Correction. The route notes are right, left.
Alright, I'll try and remember that.
Okay, good. They are all about 10 minutes apart from each other.
Fuck.
Do I get to drive a car in this one?
I want Sorga in as well before I send you off.
Roger. Where are we going?
The other side of the map.
Yeah.
Alright.
We're about
Okay,
halfway
so
through the map.
So we're gonna have to take some of the main roads,
What's
because
vehicle net?
otherwise-
Oh, Fluid Net Alpha.
You'll be
Yeah, it should
Fluid Net
be.
Alpha. They'll be Fluid Net Bravo.
Is it a race?
is it Link?
Which one's Fluid Net Alpha?
Sorry?
It says FLA.
Yeah,
So what
five.
What did you say, Dan?
You should know. Have you
There's
got
not a
1.2?
line, is it Link?
Ethan.
Cool, shut the line out. Cool.
I don't have a 152.
Shut this line out.
we can't use that.
I definitely don't have
Follow
a
this.
152.
Yeah, you got it, bridge. Just shimmy a little bit more to the right.
Turn right up here.
Come on,
I
man.
don't
This,
have a 152.
this line's about as straight
Nah,
as
but it,
something
it,
which isn't
you
straight.
know what, everyone just start off in bridges. Or I can delegate. Oh, he's over there, is he?
My God, you're a man of words.
Got lines at Lee, chap. Actually, this one seems to be okay now.
Left there.
Stop!
Yeah, I
Read,
cool.
just,
I'm gonna be
you
in
were
the.
fine with
I assume I'm gonna be driving one of the Vics, so I need to know.
Yeah, Delta One,
Yeah, so I need to know
have
the
we
fluid
got
net
the
for when
vehicle
I'm
sorted yet?
in it.
Angus?
Negative.
The vehicle hasn't had the radio.
Cool.
Yeah,
Nominate two
that's why I
people,
need
go
to know
the
the fluid
vehicle
net.
spawner, spawn vehicles for the 2 packets.
No.
Rog.
You driving your own to Angus?
We'd have to go right here.
It is to your side.
Try and I'm trying to.
You,
Yeah,
oh, sorry.
come on.
Still never get 2 vehicles, that's fine.
Mesh, wake up.
That's not what Cole
That
just said.
was
I think you just said 2 vehicles.
What?
Go with Easton.
Cool.
Get 2 vehicles.
No, cool. Vehicles for the 2 packets.
Rog. So 6 vehicles.
Yes, take the right and then go this way up.
He's learning. He's add
Is
one.
is that math?
Add one more.
Oh, because you're driving in.
I'm
your own
driving.
fancy vehicle.
I'm driving. Yeah, I want a
that's
Land
cute.
Rover as well. So six fucking Foxhounds and a Land Rover.
Rog.
And I want a blue one.
Angus, what happened to your quad bike?
What happened to my quad bike?
Yeah.
In repair shop, fella.
Ugh.
Yeah.
What's the radio we need again?
Where's Crater?
Is that allowed?
He's not in game yet.
Is he not? Okay.
Link, because
Alright, 3 section. Present
just-
arms.
the distances in between.
Can I grab a radio quickly because it wasn't one on my loadout?
Yeah,
as
that's
long
fine.
as they are. I've added in a couple of. You see the ones.
Where's
just marked
Angus?
C?
I need a word with Angus.
It's
2
just
seconds,
a
Mr. Leapy.
check-in.
Thank you,
type
sir.
thing. Yeah. Or just come out of the radio and just say vehicle 1 checking in.
Cool,
Yeah,
cool.
no, not the
Smith.
last Vic and check in. Yeah.
Cool. Alan, get your weapon out. Broad, get your weapon out. Broad, magazine. Take it out.
missed
Yeah,
one.
keep decoupling it because it doesn't work in here. So.
Cool. Shoulder your weapons. Mr. Leapy, follow me.
What?
I've never seen your weapon on my screen, at least.
Not on mine. Let me check. Oh no, you're right.
Yeah, it's
Apologies.
one of those empty ones. When you get out of the arsenal.
If
you
sort of try and drag it
out Picking it up.
it'll disappear.
Yeah.
Oh, I get ghost mags. I just
I mean,
I don't get ghost mags. I just get random normal mags.
One clack to your left.
I usually spawn in with a full mags in my weapon and then after take it out. Not in the arsenal.
I thought I took it out in the arsenal, but maybe mistaken.
I mean, if you take it out in the arsenal while it's still in the weapon, then it's a problem.
Oh, no, yeah. Know what you mean. Thank you.
Bridges. One clack left.
Say again.
Good check. Hey, move one clack to your left. There we go.
Thank you very much.
Try to get the order march written on map, please.
Free section, make sure you're all on radio.
It's not a problem, mate. I just thought I'd let you know. All stations, all out, telling you channel 4.
Oof. It didn't wait.
Oh.
This one had an accident.
ID.
Anyway. Right, boys, let's get a radio check in order as you are, starting from Bridges.
Bridges, radio check.
It was Nielsen, he's there, stood by the burning vehicle.
It doesn't matter then.
No. Smith?
It's not
2-4 check.
Good check.
in the back.
Alan,
radio check. Check your map.
good check. Get your weapon on your back.
Broad radio check.
a bit, mate, can he?
Lee radio check.
Check.
Use radio check.
Good check.
Check your map.
Maps open.
Roger, can you see all the markers?
You mean the left, right, following the
Yeah.
main
Right, check
road?
2-4.
In the right. In
Good
the
check,
red,
all heard.
Yeah, I can see the reds.
Yep, lovely. We're following those. And
I go saw
you're
you.
my driver.
Bridges, are you driving qualified?
Okay. That's
Nope.
Roger. out.
1-1 hotel sign.
You need to be soon.
Good check, Lee.
Okay. I'll keep my eye out.
Oh shit, radio. You don't need to be order of march right now.
Set radio check.
Alright, boys, so vehicle composition, of course, Charlie in one vehicle, Delta in the other. Driving Charlie vehicle will be myself, and the guns will be Mr. Broad and Mr. Bridges, and Mr. Hughes in the commander seat.
See Watson still in team
Delta
speak
Big,
for
up
some
to Crater. Broad, are you GPMT qualified? I assume you are.
Yeah.
Right, Mr. Moses.
Excellent.
Let's get you squared away.
Convoy order of march when
Yeah.
we step off is yet unknown. I'll let you know as soon as I know.
Get the fuck away from me.
Why did I just hear this on my net?
Well, pull the pin on my grenade.
Roger that. Oh god, please do it.
Is this working?
I got a feeling that would be the last day. This.
Carry on.
Like the Weasleys is leaving Hogwarts.
Brown noser.
Exactly. I mean, if I'm gonna leave.
I mean, it
don't
is
actually-
obligatory
I
to
wanna
salute the
live
captain.
Do you want me to
live
wear this as well or what?
that life. More like the question is if I'm gonna leave this before
You're gonna give me a girl's name.
this game dies.
That's fine.
That is a posh, especially with fella. Mr. Attilo, go back one.
Really?
And Mr. Moses, step yourself in there. Lovely.
I'm in the last one.
I'm the last one.
Crater, get order of march on that, please.
I should be.
DJ.
Where am I?
Yes, sir. Sorry, sir.
What's you're all good now, right?
You just babbling to yourself.
No, I'm having a discussion with Vils about dresses.
Watson sorted.
Well,
Lovely.
mimic is fine. I don't want to drive.
Mr. Moses, can you unfuck the line?
Right,
please?
boys, cam cream and scrim on helmets.
Unfuck the line, make sure we're standing straighter, that'd be
Oh, now
great.
you want it on.
You bet I'm standing straight.
Roger.
Or we could go for a Mastiff.
Mr. Johnson, you had a haircut.
Camera one, yes, Mink.
I will let you choose, Vils.
Come on, yes,
You're the
Link.
boss, technically.
Gentlemen,
Yeah.
helmets off, camo on.
Send them up.
Am I
Johnson,
driving?
My
I
camera's
need to
on this
change
one.
my skin in order for me to put up camo face.
Acknowledge.
Do you not trust my driving, is that it? Wait, am I not yelling?
It's not showing me any camo.
That's a standard face as well. I don't know why it's not.
Make
I
sure
don't
you've
know.
got the camo thing in your normal
Okay.
clothing.
Once you're scrimmed up,
I have
you've
to-
got
I
your
have to
cam
wait
cream
till
on.
I
Let's
have to
close
go
up this formation,
on
please.
the
So all the
normal
way up
job
to me.
Yeah.
uniform.
I like being close to you.
Not really.
Blame call for it.
There we go.
In the chest.
Make sure you get that squared away, yeah.
Thought I did.
On the body armor.
It should be in your standard clothes. That should work.
Negative is not working.
I know.
So you'll find the fix.
Did you helmet off as well?
Mr. Watson, if you take your eye pro off, you might have a better chance.
Alexander!
I still don't know why anyone would wear glasses.
It's not working in mine, no?
Border march post, Johnny.
No, you're still as bold
Good
as
ship,
the day
mate,
you were
thank
born,
you.
sir.
Yeah, it's not working because it's not the first time one.
You've not got a standardized face on.
I go to the rot thingy and just says uniform fix and weapon
Smith,
attachment,
colour
no
blue, please.
face, paint, nothing.
You
I
haven't
need
got
to.
camo faces in your menu.
Yes, I have it on the. I put it on. I don't have camo face in my menu. True.
Okay. Yeah.
You need to have camo face in your
Keeps going off. Sorry.
I have it on inventory. It's in my uniform. You know.
It's the default face. It doesn't work with default face.
Right.
Your section back. You have to choose any face which isn't default.
Fuck. So what do? I just get out and.
Don't worry about it.
I'll leave for the moment.
Rush that.
I don't think it doesn't work with default face from what I understood. I've had that issue in my training.
Freda, let's swap Broad and Smith.
Which it is.
Smith, you'll be in Charlie, Broad and
But
Delta.
there's like the base game one,
Grim
and
on,
then there's like
please.
one just
Okay.
default. That's the one that doesn't work.
Again.
Oh, right.
Scrim on, please, sir.
Captain.
So can you tell me again how to do that?
So self-interact, black rat,
Yes.
headgear,
Yeah, and I just.
scrim on, mate.
Yeah.
Cream on. Okay.
Alright, and then you get the
Yes.
toilet brush.
No.
Lovely.
Bad face.
Thank you.
Oh.
3-6, you're good to move.
Get
Sorry,
a fix
Mr. Allen.
for next week, yeah. That's right.
Mr. Allen has the wrong face.
Okay.
Also take your glasses off.
And push for the glasses.
Yeah, I'm taking off my camo face.
Cool. Okay. Evening, everyone. How's it going? This is the third night
Sorry, I don't have
of
a
pre-deployment
default face.
training.
I've got
Tonight
William.
we'll be talking. Okay, cool. Hello, everyone. So this is the third week of pre-deployment training. Tonight is going to be a little bit more kinetic, as promised. So we've had 2 weeks, a lot of talking, a lot of walking, not very much shooting. Tonight it's going to be the opposite of that. I'm going to have a little talk now, a little talk at the first exercise area, and then we're going into live fire training exercises, of which will be of a crossroad defense in the more conventional defense style that we talk about. So I'll be talking about 2 types of defense here. This will lead first one, and then we'll be going into the second type, which will be in a PB in the more coin style that you'll be doing on this campaign, and that will be for area defense. So tonight we'll be cutting out from here, moving via convoy and packets up to our training location, which we will kick off and start doing our training. The need for this is because in this deployment you will be holding defensive positions for periods of time. We'll be doing it in the first couple of weeks of the deployment when we're at the airfield, which we're taking over and going into as a new force. And the Taliban are quite right around the area. So we'll need to understand the purpose of mobile and area defences. Those are the 2 types of defences we'll talk about tonight, and how to combine the core functions of an offensive doctrine to defeat the enemy rather than just to purely seize ground. It's not World War One. We're not sat there with interlocking fields of fire looking over a big trench line of no man's land. when we're talking about how to use the core concepts of find, fix, strike, and exploit to beat the enemy's offensive movements onto us, and then damage its warfighting capacity to defend ground. So, quick outline of what the range is tonight. So it'll be 60-minute segments with a break at the end of each, kind of like we did last week. Questions will be welcome from students at the end of it rather than butting in. So either stand up for nomination or I'll ask for questions at the end of the point. BFAs will be on the magazines out until on the range, and you will be told clearly when to load your weapon systems and to make it ready for firing. Toilet breaks and AFK are shown by crouching as usual. No berets, and any other issues, let staff know immediately. Okay. The notes policy tonight will be required. There will be points to this where we talk about terms. There will be quizzes on it. The terms are quite cool, so don't worry about them being boring. We'll be talking about things like vital ground, key terrain, your primary and secondary positions, which do lend to itself. But some of these words are also weird in French, enfilade and defilade, or interlocking fire and overlapping fire. So you will hear these terms. It's probably good to note them down, and then you can start using them and be a badass like Mr. Noble. So covering the principles of factors of defense, and then understanding how to set up fighting positions. And once we've done that, we will then get to shoot things. So the faster we move off from here, the faster we can get on with shooting some people in the hills. Any questions for myself before we step off? Perfect. Your section ICs will take you out to your vehicles now. One section will be driving in a 2-vehicle packet. 2 section and 3 section will be driving in a 5-vehicle packet with Mr. Angus, and we'll be stepping off from here no later than 1930. So get to your vehicles now, please.
On me, boys.
Section, follow me.
Yeah.
Right. One correct knowledge. Out.
1-1. Golf. Acknowledge. Out.
No, he could have been harsher than that,
I think it was pretty clear what I was trying to get across. Echo Golf, message over.
That was scathing.
Golf Echo, send over.
Do you want to take point on that?
Roger.
Excellent. Oh. Right, rear 2 vehicles are ours. Charlie in the front, Delta in the rear.
Charlie Vic. Delta vehicle.
Bush, did you get driving qualified, mate?
Yeah.
Excellent. Driving. Lee, top, what you and people. Then you take whichever side Lee doesn't, and Alan, you can do that in the back, my dude.
So.
Johnson,
Yes.
is there likely to be another driving course for the op?
I would assume so, yes.
Would you mind putting it in the training channel if there is one?
You betcha, mate.
Thanks a lot.
I'm sure there will be another one. Since it is a relatively vital course to get done.
Fair enough. Is it a difficult one?
It's not difficult, it's just long.
Fair enough.
Just need to pay attention. Vehicle 4 signing on channel 6 out. Remember convoy net Krina.
Fucking out-tabbed instead of out-caps lock.
Oh, golf, good to go.
Is there
Out.
a way to set the vehicle radio speakers?
R2, it's nothing, just zoom in, zoom out. I can't point.
Roger, Josh.
been a while since I drove anything. Let's see if I can avoid crashing today.
You're not filling me with confidence.
No, it's fine.
It's fine. Johnson will die before he crashes.
That is very true.
I'd rather have Johnson driving than me, for God's sake.
Yes. We have to watch people like driving, like because in real life, if your vehicle is moving, you can't aim the vehicle. Yeah, if you're driving and the vehicle is moving.
My cat has decided to come sit on me. This is quite awkward.
Johnny, whereabouts are we navigating to?
He came and cat on you.
Grid off 092221.
I was making a pun.
Bravo Golf, send it. Golf has already called in. My call sign is ready to step off at this time, alright?
Yeah, but usually infantry vehicles don't have because, like in your life, when you drive, you aim.
Okay, did you catch that, Grid, Crater?
I did, I just feel like there's some navigation marks missed off the map somewhere.
Yeah, I can hear you fine for now. Engine start. Okay, start up. Okay.
Should be correct. Step off.
Remember, out caps lock, out caps lock,
Remember to call in when you set off. Don't even have to say it. One section smell.
Damage.
Gotten good.
Vehicle 1, Vehicle 4, speaking of, clarify convoy speed on it. Thank you. 4 on. Right, boys. We've got a pretty long fucking drive ahead of us. So, strap yourselves in.
Can we play I Spy?
What's that?
Can we
play I Spy?
Can do whatever you want.
Can we stop and get a subway on the way?
No, sorry mate.
Worst road trip ever.
Yeah, I know. It's a pretty long drive. It's 14 kilometers as the crow flies, but I can't fly. How about you guys?
Which marks are we following?
I can do whatever I put my mind to.
Red. Oh shoot, red.
Wait, red markers?
Yeah.
That is on the other, almost on the other side of the island.
Yeah.
Oh, that's where they're both going. It's just a different route. Yes.
Yeah, the link was very quick to do the fastest route, the easiest route. So we've been left with the back roads, and we can't use the same roads. So we'll have to make do.
Johnson, I think you've dropped off the intercom.
I have dropped the so I can focus on radio.
Roger.
You can hear me still, right?
Barely. I'm glad the drive is long. It gives me time to sober up.
That's what I fucking forgot. I forgot to buy beer.
You failure.
Fucking hell. Whatever shall become of me.
Johnson forgot his Carlsberg.
I don't drink Carlsberg, that's piss beer.
Good, it's pish. But the best of the shit options.
It's still Danish beer, and Danish beer is very good, but
Meh. Danish beer is like the country of Denmark, cold, grey and grim.
exactly. Cold wisdom.
Reminds me a lot of home. I'll go on, clip that apex.
Gotta get that racing line. Might have a long journey.
Kimmy Johnson.
Kimmy saving second.
Sorry, Kimmy Johnsonen. You know, it'd be a really Badger thing to do. If I bought if I bought a racing wheel just for driving an Arma.
It doesn't work.
Damn, that's unacceptable.
Yeah, it doesn't do very well with the analog inputs. I just tried the wheel, it does work, but it's not very good. The controller is far preferable. That says something.
I'm guessing I can't Scandi flick a Foxhound then.
It's got rear wheel steering as well, so it's not very conducive to being...
Oh, so it's essentially a McLaren then.
Stand by.
Right boys, so vehicle 2 and vehicle 1 are swapping places now. That has nothing to do with us at the moment, just want to keep you in the loop.
That's a mod they need to add. They need to add a car radio mod. I want to bop to some tunes in Afghanistan.
Oh dear.
Go straight.
Did I just see a vehicle turning around in a circle?
Yep.
Well done, boys.
Yep.
What happened?
They just didn't know that they were supposed to go straight. So they went for the left turn and got... They skipped the turn, then... yeah.
I guess you could say things took a turn for the worst.
Oh.
Get out. You can walk.
Alright, I better not make any jokes anymore like that, because otherwise Johnson will get pissed off. I'm going to keep it on the straight and narrow.
Yeah. Might end up driving in crazy.
Johnny, if you just want to pull off to one side, we'll pass you.
Speed up.
Well, let's all hope we take a turn for the right direction.
Last vehicle in.
Was that on, did I say?
Yeah, you did great, mate.
Excellent.
God, I wish I was somewhere this hot at the moment.
Wouldn't be able to enjoy it, probably.
Well, true. As long as they have alcohol, anything's enjoyable.
That is very true. It would be a perfect day.
Right, Delta? Working out something, standby.
Turning right and turning.
You missed the right turn.
Last vehicle, a convoy, hold. Vehicle 4 missed the acute right turn.
Oh, that's cute. Well done.
It's alright, it's his first time driving.
Oh, sorry. Sorry, only taking the piss. That came out wrong. I was not meaning to be a prick.
That's alright. That's alright. Sure, nothing. I'm sure no offense was taken, it was just push.
Yeah.
Yeah, just fuck off the medic, why don't you?
I want to die anyway.
We're all gonna die one day.
Johnson, could you do me...
Remember the right turn? They did remember the right turn.
Could you do me a massive favour and drive me into the sea?
Turning left. Last vehicle, fucking great comms, Johnny. You've only been a fucking NCO for a year. Stupid prick. And yes, I'm talking to myself. Last vehicle turning right.
It's alright, Johnny. Comms are hard.
Not really.
I found it very difficult. It's just speaking to other people. It's terrifying.
Oh yeah, talking to people is fucking terrifying. Imagine that, then on a radio, and then in a language that you don't really speak.
Yeah, nah, I'll take crippling social anxiety, thanks. I'll hide in my room.
They've got that already. Like radio. And then English is the second language. That's great.
Yeah. That is a nice beach.
At least I know it's a swear.
Yeah. Should just pop out and grab a quick can.
Oh, I'd come here.
Last vehicle turn right.
Any bear in the world, what would you go for, Hughes?
Last vehicle turn right. One Alpha, one more Golf. Yeah, my bad.
Questions open to the rest of the Foxhound if they want to join in.
Nice response, Lower.
Last vehicle turn left.
Say
That's
again?
what I'd have. Badge response blower.
I've never had that. What kind is it?
Fucking 14% beer.
Shit. It reminds me of fucking double punk, that's like 12%. I go for a punk IPA, standard.
What was the question?
Which beer would you have?
Yeah,
Last
which beer?
on earth.
I would have a local. So there's in Denmark we do a lot of pilsners. Basically the national beer, and they've made a version of that pilsner that's a bit darker called the Classic. There's a local brew house that makes an excellent version. It's basically just standard mass-produced beer, but I love it, and I'd have one of those.
A lot of mass-produced beer is underrated though, seriously.
I fucking love it. I drink nothing else. I drink exclusively that specific brand of local beer.
Fair enough.
If I can get away with it, and I can.
This stream brought to you by Stella. Nah. I'm an IPA person because I'm a filthy young person. We are just about halfway, I think.
It's only taken us about 20 minutes.
Oh my god.
It's good to get to practice this, but I will bring up the new greenhouses and exactly the systems about a little bit. Last week we continued straight across road.
Be alright if I had a more comfortable computer chair. It's just essentially a posh plastic school chair.
Look at you.
My back has crashed.
Last week was on the left. I don't know why people break for these corners.
Have you flipped one of these yet?
I'm going to sound stupid when it happens, but I'm pretty sure they are flipped. I probably will flip one of them on the foot. Well, I won't be flipping it personally because I won't be driving it, but then...
That sounds like a challenge.
It does sound like a challenge.
Didn't one of the foxhounds get nicked during Saracen?
They probably did.
I think it was one or two platoons.
Yeah, probably.
Sorry, how did it go nicked?
Civilians. They had to lock the foxhounds.
But
Civilians took it.
Barrier to you. One of Sean's ATMPs got nicked by the enemy with the entire Q-Coys admin in it.
Imagine the size of your balls to be a Taliban fighter and you just walk up and nick a foxhound.
It's happened before.
I'd just let them have it, to be honest.
I don't think it was Taliban, I think it was just civilian.
Yeah, I think it was, but
It's unlocked.
still, anyone who has the balls to take it can have it, in my opinion. Is this Athera?
Yes.
Roger.
See.
What do you see?
Funny.
That was very good French.
Last vehicle turn left.
Oh, that was a thing.
Yep.
I'm just going to look at the floor of the Foxhound.
Last vehicle turning left and then right.
What happened?
My friends are dying, so I was just looking at the floor.
Last vehicle turning left.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
One last vehicle is out of the urban area.
What's the space saying?
Just did a swap again. The front, so that's why we're all bunch.
I'm gonna be 70 when we get there.
Vehicle approaching.
Right?
I was so ready for that vehicle to have an IED in it.
Last vehicle continuing straight.
That'd be just our luck that we took all this time to get here and then we get strafed by a typhoon.
I will go to the Arsenal, find a Starstreak, and fire it at our RAF course if that happens.
You want a Stinger?
Can I have a ZSU on the back of a pickup truck?
Right, Critter, pull over, I'm gonna overtake you. Just give Angus the call once you're back on my ass.
Oh no. The Foxhound's Achilles heel.
The hill.
Slight incline.
It's always been an uphill battle.
This one on the Churchill.
Ha! Churchill. It's got hill in the name.
Really are bringing your A game
I'm being such an a-hole. I think I see the patrol base.
Come on, 2 section.
Right, boys, bit of a misunderstanding further up. Should be going now.
I'm getting goosed out
Should be over
flashbacks.
there. Patrol base should be like 229-ish.
I think I see the patrol base on top of the hill. Yeah, as I said, I'm getting PB Gus stuff. Flashbacks. Where half the platoon was down. Or something like that.
Yeah, 18 didn't even make it to the Gustav.
Really?
Don't forget to call step off credit.
In our fucking mix.
I just remember trying to hold my post, and then I had to leave my post at the gate because there were so many people down that I had to help carry them into the medic tent.
Oh yes, that.
That was awesome that night. I loved it. I think that was Robert's first night, and he killed Walker by stepping on a landmine. And then I had to take control for like a brief second.
Oh yeah, when you were outside of that clearance control.
Yeah. If only I'd saved my streams to YouTube sooner. I lost that one.
All vehicles, vehicle 4, slow down for the last vehicle to catch
Is it a bit naive to say we could have just used a flagpole?
I mean, it's good to drill it.
Yeah.
Probably not for this long now.
But it does seem a slight bit excessive. Spending what is now 35
I'm gonna go O'Donoghue and hand in my leave request right now.
Don't say that.
All the opinions are my own and no one else's for the stream.
Fucking mouth breather.
Oh, I don't breathe.
Not you, man.
You just talk out your ass though.
The unmentionable, for fuck's sake. You're not a mouth breather, you're just stupid.
There we go.
There we go. What do you think you've been given the AT? It's the weapon that requires the least amount of intelligence to carry around. And I should know because I was an AT. No offense, bro.
Thank you. That's the reason I like the AT, because it's the weapon that I can least screw up on.
Yeah. Unless, of course, you screw up.
That wasn't my fault. There was no tube in it because of the glitch.
Of course there was a tube in it because it was the rocket.
I mean the rocket. Shut up.
Technically, I think it's a missile on the end.
PCML.
I'll introduce you to a missile if you carry on.
Is it your Venus?
No, that's more of a airgun pellet. Angus took a bit of a wide line, didn't he? I was upset that his quad bike hadn't made a return.
I don't think riding a quad bike in this long a trip would be very nice. Neither in real life or in game, because they are fucking bastards.
Oh yeah. They look like a lot of fun to ride though. I haven't rode one in ages. The only quad bikes I see around here are chavs with those racing ones. I saw one dude while I was in the middle of Birmingham just riding down the pavement on a dirt bike outside of school. That was fun. Oh god, I thought PB Wellington was the end.
Nope.
No, it is live fire. Zoom.
The point RP is the end. Red point RP.
Oh, red point.
Rendezvous point.
I could do with some live fire right to my head.
We are almost there.
We can see on the GPS.
Yeah. Gonna go off-road in a second.
Oh yeah.
It's because we've been limited on what roads we can use. So told us not to use the same roads as the other packet. So we're gonna go off-road. Because they've used that road that's just up ahead of us.
Oh, bye, Cap.
Bye.
I hope they're aware that they're heading into some really shitty terrain.
It'll be fun. Let them try and figure it out.
Well, it seems like not the entirety of the convoy agreed on that course of action.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've lost vehicle 1.
Yeah, I was about to say, I think we've lost the rear vehicle.
They're behind us.
They're already there.
Fair enough.
Vehicle commander, vehicle 4, I'm gonna hold my vehicle, wait for last vehicle to catch up, alright?
No,
It's right there.
this close to the finish line.
Yep, but in solidarity, we're gonna wait for Delta's vehicle. Because they are slow.
You've done a Vettel at the German Grand Prix. You powered us into a wall.
I'd rather not. I've had enough damage from walls today.
Come on, Bruce, speed up.
That's a sick joke to put the finish line.
Oh!
Hey! Oh my god.
10 points per person you run over.
You hadn't mugged off one section and called them stinky. You would have won this.
I'm sorry, I'm not in control. You better step out of the
Really well timed.
Should we nick the trophy anyway?
Run someone over.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, my legs are really stiff.
I think all the sections should be in it.
The whole section, right? One section.
Yes.
Yes. This is a worthwhile use of time.
Ethan, stand just there and look at me.
Hello, boss.
Right, 3 section on me.
There we go. Good job, boys. Pretty long drive. We will probably see drives similar to these ones once we deploy. So get used to it.
Oh, who just walked in
Well,
front of me?
hopefully I'll have the buttons sorted.
Yes. But yeah, good drive, Bush.
Right, drop
All
the
things
trophy.
considered.
How are you
Well
gonna
done.
get out again, though? That's the question.
Alright, guys, let's form up on the southern side of here and just get into a school circle, mate. Everyone take a knee and get in close so you can hear us. Bring it on in.
Move it up, he doesn't stop.
Someone's just smashing a fucking keyboard, aren't they? What's that?
It's not me.
Once.
That's my bad.
Alright, so the textbook definition of the purpose of defence, right? Let's go through this. So what I'll do is I'll start at the concept, the different types of defence that you can use, and then we'll go into some of the terminology around it. From there, we'll talk about the typical conventional defence. So when you talk about denying enemy access to an area, how will this be employed in our next campaign? Well, this type of defence, where we have area to our rear that's been cleared and that we can pull back into, will be used for stuff like blocking roads and transits. We talked about closed VCPs the other week. Who wants to stand up and tell me what a closed VCP is? Go ahead, Archie.
A VCP that the civilians or whoever is not allowed to pass through.
Yeah. What we use that for is to deny the movement of people in and out of an objective that we want to clear, typically, or if we need to close something off for a cordon. The reason why we'll be using it in this context or defending it would be that sometimes if the enemy decide that they don't want to listen to our polite suggestion, they don't want to come through, we'll try and force the issue. And at that point, we need to be able to defend ourselves and stop the enemy from pushing through our area, through which we will employ the idea of defence. So the purpose of a defence, the immediate purpose of a defensive operation is to defeat or deter a threat in order to provide the right circumstances for offensive operations. So it's not the be-all and end-all. It is for you to hold on to a position so that you can then conduct an offensive operation afterwards. We aren't going to sit here and just nothing in this regard. Typically, counter-attack is the order of the day when it comes to a defensive op. So it may not be immediately in the night that you'll be on, but if some of you were here for previous deployments like Saracen, you remember we were sat in PB Goat, and we then conducted offensive operations out to break the deadlock from what we were held within. And so that's what we'll be talking about. There's two types of defences. You've got your mobile defence and your area defence. So anyone want to give me a stab at what those are? Oh, okay, I'll give it a crack myself then. So mobile defence, the purpose of a mobile defence is for the core functions of offensive operations, so find, fix, strike, and exploit against the enemy, to be combined to defeat the enemy rather than seize ground. That is a very key point here. We're not holding this checkpoint because we want to own the checkpoint and have this little bit of road. The point of it is, if we were, for example, using a closed VCP, is to find the enemy because they'll be coming to us through the main supply route that they'll be using. We will then fix them by engaging them from our fixed positions, and then with the reserve that we will have, we'll be able to employ an offensive patrol to strike or exploit them. So either push out and attack them directly on, or strike their flank, and then defeat them as a fighting force. So defense cannot be conducted by an entirely mobile force. So you'll have a static positional element that will be your rifleman on the line, and then you can have your patrol, which will be your mobile force, or it can be vehicles as well, multiple mobile sort of movement to get around that. So the need for increased mobility in defence stems from the difficulty in covering the front that you have with a mutually supporting fire. So you reserve, as we talked about, being able to go out and conduct a patrol. They can also be used to go out and plug gaps in the line when you take casualties. In this form of defence, the enemy advances defeated as he forces his way into the position. So if, for example, the checkpoint gets breached and we don't stop the enemy through the rate of fire that we have, we will defeat him by withdrawing and continuing to hold on to the position in a secondary position. I'll talk about that in a second. But if you've got a little bit of a switched on mindset and you wonder what's the second position, well, I don't know what I could tell you that could be. Might be what's behind us. And that's the idea of mobile defense. So it's having defense in depth. It's about being able to use a mobile element to support and counterattack on order, and it's able to destroy the enemy when they attack you through that method, or if not, being able to pull back and set up in a secondary position. Area defense. What's different from mobile defense to area defense? Sleepy?
It's in the name, you're keeping the area safe.
Yep. It's in the name, it's in defending an area. Yep, sorry about that, you were a bit quiet, so I repeated your answer. And that is correct. So this focuses on the retention of terrain, right? So this is done by absorbing the enemy into an interlocked series of positions, and then he can be destroyed or turned by fire. Turned by fire meaning it's a bit too fucking hard for him to continue on. It's either hitting his flank and he then withdraws from battle. All right. So the emphasis here on retention of terrain or its denial to the enemy. So that is taking a high spot, holding it, and fighting it out, which is a lot of what we will be doing in this next campaign with the PBs we're working out of. It may not necessarily produce the outright destruction of the enemy because we're not chasing them and harrying them. We don't have that mobile element to reach out and strike or exploit them, as I said before. The enemy may withdraw once they've reached their casualty limits. However, if we can, you then you could use some other operations adjacent to the enemy to defeat them. So, for example, if you're in a PB getting smashed, what we do as a company to support a platoon being, attacked in a PB? Archie?
You can use your company support assets.
Yeah, so you can call in the Apache, you can call in Q-Koi to maneuver and strike them from their flanks. You can even, in an operational sense, call in 2 platoon to outmaneuver them if you go to that higher level strategic thinking. May not be simultaneous because obviously we planned out a week in advance, but generally, yeah, you could employ that to support you. So that's the 2 different types of defenses that we talked about. Now, what vital ground? What do we think vital ground is? We go for Easton because I've actually spoken a lot.
Ground that if lost could compromise the defense.
Yeah, exactly. So we talk about this position here now. The next exercise, there's this road that we're stood on. The road continues down there, and then there's a road that goes off to the northwest. Now, you guys will be defending those 2 roads with the idea that this is the rear area of that position. It's a pretty decent rear area because you've got the sea down there and not much behind it in depth. But what we would anybody be able to identify vital ground for this position? A lot of you are looking at it. Yep. This big hill here. Now, it would be markedly disadvantageous to us if anyone got up there because they can just sit behind you and start pouring fire into your area. This would not be an ARD or a position that we'd be working within because we don't have an all-round defense. As I talked about, we'll have a reserve that will be held to maneuver around in this next exercise. But 2 sections will be looking down one or the other road and they'll be defending that position. There's nothing to our rear to defend it. And if we start taking fire from behind, that will compromise us. And at that point, you lost a position. Your vital ground has been taken. Anyone know what key terrain is? Right, Crater?
It's important pieces that either you can use to dominate or the enemy might want to use to approach you.
Okay, and how is that different from vital ground?
It's stuff you're not necessarily placing yourself on, but you need to keep a watch on.
Yep. So that's an area that the seizure or retention of, which means basically if we hold it or if we retain it, affords a marked advantage to either combatant. It does not, like vital ground, make our defense untenable. So if we didn't have, or if we didn't hold this ground here, we would not be able to defend out to that location. However, if you talk about a position like this flatland to our southeast, or even the hills out, if you've got longer range weapon systems, that is key terrain because they are able to reach out and strike us when we can't strike them from a heightened position that gives them the ability to shoot at us. So that is the difference, and that's a vital of learning for your section commanders here. Is when you're taking up a position or a defensive posture, your vital ground. Think about what you need to hold that ground, and then your key terrain is what would you need to hold to make that your life a lot easier. That's one of the considerations that I take into when we do operations. So the rest of them, I'll rattle through these now because I want to get you guys out on the ground. primary position, that's the main position your unit intends to fight from. So that's your main defensive line. If you're setting up for a night, if we went out saying tonight it's going to be purely defensive ops in nature, that would be your first position. Your secondary position, as it says, is your secondary position that you can fall back to. So you'd either have that paired, or at least you'd have somebody out there with a recce on the ground to make sure that it was clear. And that's what a unit or subunit would move to once your primary position has been taken or has become untenable. So, like for example, if this position here had been taken, the enemy had shown up on your vital ground, your primary position is compromised, you can then pull back to your secondary position, which if you haven't worked by now, is this position here. That looks a lot better to fight from for that hilltop than the two open checkpoints that we're working from. So your alternate position, that's a terminology for a position nearby to your primary that you'll have for the couple of MSC guys here that will recognise that have your settlements within. So that'll be your GPMG SF team, your fire team, or any other units providing support by fire. This is where you talk about your hides, your positions that are adjacent to your lines. That's where your adjacent units will be. So you'll be briefed by that as a platoon typically if you get told about adjacent elements by. And then these are the other ones that you talk about. So you've got your counter-attack, your blocking position, defensive fire. If you don't understand any of those, feel free to reach out. But they're pretty self-explanatory to me. Enfilade and defilade. So enfilade and defilade are two separate terms. Who wants to tell me what the difference is? Go ahead, Ethan.
One's an elevation, one's like pit.
Big boy voice, Ethan.
One's higher, one's lower, basically.
Nope.
Oh.
Crater.
It's not crater, it's me.
Oh, sorry, Johnson.
That's right. Enfilading fire. If an enemy element has swept up on your flank, they're shooting out from the side. That is enfilading fire.
Yep. So imagine you stood behind a berm, right? And you are in a dip behind that berm. You are in an enemy's behind the berm, away from you. Okay, you are defilated to that position because that position cannot see you. The defilade is a position hidden from your enemy observation and direct fire, right? So they cannot engage you. If the enemy were crossing that berm and came up on your left and went down at that dip, and you can see them, they are side onto you and you can see them, you are enfilade, because that means that you are able to engage the enemy's flank, providing enfilade fire which strikes the side of the enemy. There's some weird French words. You'll hear them used a lot. Feel free to put your hand up if you don't get the context of them at the time, because one of the worst things I find that people can do is shout big words that you don't understand. So always feel free to ask. They're difficult terms. It took me a little while to get my head around, but sorry.
Enfilade. The guys
Enfilade, yeah.
with paper are on the side. They've overlapped the position. Are they shooting at you, or are you defending against them?
So enfilade is when you're on their flank. So it means either you're looking down a position, like if they're coming up a trench, you are enfilade to them, or if they are side onto you, so you can engage them from their flank. So it can be either,
right, yeah.
but
Thank
typically it's when you've got them in a compromised position. Enfilade fire is the best kind of fire you can get.
Thank you.
And then others that we talked about, so you've got interlock and fire, and this is all stuff that we'll talk about later on at the PB. But think about interlock and fire for your ICs and for yourselves. If you're in a position and you don't think you've got someone covering the arc to your left, if you've got dead ground between you that's not being covered by fire, and that's when your ICs will come around and check your positioning. Okay, I've spoken enough about that for now. I'm going to move on to defensive lines. So what I will do is I'll continue to talk, but I'm going to jump into Zeus real quick and just show you how to place trenches. This is more just to show how the position should be, and then we'll move on quickly. So, Mr. Angus, you can step away from there. How has anyone here got any experience with digging trench lines in operations? I know some of you all had it covered before in your ICs, and 2 ICs should have been taught it in their promotional courses. But if anyone's not familiar with it, would like to call it out, how they think it should be set up? Or any of the principles that they've got? Go ahead, Bridges.
Should you have 2 lines of trenches staggered?
Sorry,
Should you have 2 lines of trenches like staggered one behind the other?
Yeah. So the way that they teach it, yeah, you'd have a first line of trenches, and then you'd have your second.
You cut out there, Dale.
Sorry.
Cut out there, mate.
You'd have your first line of trenches split at least 50 meters apart if you can, or 25 if not. with 2 to a trench line. And yes, you would. You'd have your primary position where you have your main line. And you'd have a secondary position offset to the rear. That's where you fall back to. In the SCBC that I was taught, you'd also get the first line of trenches and then a second trench to the rear. That is the IC trench. So I'll show you that now. You still hear me, Angus? Shown by Hesco's, nice big Hesco balls. You can see first trench there, second trench there. And you want to pay attention to this because you'll be building this in a second. Then this is your third trench. So your trench on the left there, behind me, your left, my right. On the far left side, that'll be manned by people. Not to that size, but the trenches that you'll build will be about appropriate for that. And you'd have 2 men set up there, and on the right hand side you have 2 men set up there. That means that if a little bit further apart actually. Again, this is best practice, but you know, I'm not going to shout at you if you can't do it. Sometimes the land that you get to defend doesn't give you the best to do that with. So you have these 2 positions, then you have one to the rear. The rear position is for the IC. He'll stay there with one person that he's picked to work with him, and that allows him to be able to maintain the line forward of him and see what's going on. It allows him, he won't really be engaging from that position, probably because his arcs are limited. If you went up to that wall now...
Cut out again, down.
That's because I came out of Zeus. If you walk up here with me, you can see this position here, you've got a relatively good field of view, but if you're engaging people as an IC, which we get taught you shouldn't really do, the problem that you have is that if you start firing off to your right, you're putting rounds over your blokes' heads. It does limit your ability to engage, but it means that you can observe and control the battle spaces that goes on around you. But those trench lines will be dealt out as far as you've got pairs to do them, so they'll stretch out further, and then you'll interlock with your next section. That'll be conversations held by the ICs. They'll tell you what they can do. You might not get a nice, honest line like this. You most definitely won't with the little exercise area over there that we'll be moving on to in a couple of minutes here. But as you can see from this position and from the positions there, it's about spreading out the buddy teams to make sure that they aren't getting caught by IDF, which can be deployed against your static positions. Why is that? Anyone wonder why why IDF is probably your biggest threat here?
Because you can hide behind the fucking trench, but you can't hide from a direct shell from overhead.
Perfect. The problem that you've got here is that you are static. We talked about the mobile defense before, and one of the key things about a mobile defense and having multiple positions in depth is that when it gets too heavy, you can withdraw back. You know, it's something that was learnt heavily from World War II. In the final days of the Europe campaign, you had the Russians smashing German shell lines in their big push on Berlin, and then they got there was a ton of Germans there. And what happened was they just spent so long smashing the forward lines, the Germans just abandoned them and then came back. It's these tactics that then, where, you know, if we can't do that because we're holding a checkpoint, you just got to keep in mind with that and build your fortifications to withstand the IDF that you'll usually see. We're not going to be seeing thousands of Katyusha rockets and 155mm artillery, but we are going to be seeing a lot of 81mm mortars that will impact you if you're not setting your shell scrapes out far enough and defending them well enough. Your ICs will brief you on how to do that in terms of trenches and how they want it done. Some ICs will have rear trenches to block IDF coming in from the rear, but it's all down to yourselves and how quickly you think you can get them up and down. For me, as a basic building block, this sort of trench line here is a good standard to hold to. And then the other part of that is interlocking, so making sure that your other ICs or that your other sections are there and interlocking that. Why am I telling you guys about interlocking fire? It's because you're the bloke standing in the trenches, and it's you guys who'll get hit if the enemy can find a way through the line that we've got built. So whilst the ICs are responsible for it, you guys understanding what that theory is and being able to call it out is an important part of this. Okay? So the next sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm just looking out to the west there, and there's a road over there, which is a line of approach. Are these Huskies flexible enough to turn corners?
You won't be building Hescos, you'll be building the trenches with the entrenchment tool that you've got. They're small earthen trenches that are about good enough for a troop to hide behind. That's fine. What will be happening next for the next exercise, 2 sections, so that'll be 1 and 2 section. We will get their foxhounds, block the road with them, and then set trenches off left and right of the road. That is the axis of advance that the enemy will be taking to approach you, and they'll be coming from the southwestern road and the northwestern road that we've got here. So 1 and 2 section, pick yourselves. will go and set themselves up on that road down there, and then set up trenches, and they'll have about 5 to 10 minutes to do that. And then after that, we'll start pushing people up towards you to start impacting those trenches. 3 sections will be held in reserve. They'll build a reserve position back here, where I'm standing now, and then we'll use them to patrol out and try and counter the enemy as they come down, or we'll use them to replace casualties as they come in. That'll be a good point for that. Now, for me as a platoon commander, my considerations for this is about the weaknesses we have around here. So we've got a little bit of high ground there. I would say, going back to what we talked about before, key terrain, the enemy come over that, they need to be held, or we need to hold that ourselves. So position it, having that as our as part of our defensive line would be good. Also having a 3 section be able to patrol down and keep an eye on our flank here would be an idea as well. There's a lot of foliage down there and a lot of avenues for approach for the enemy to turn our flank. So we'll move on to that now. Any questions before I move off of this and the ideas that I've talked about here?
Question, please.
Yeah, go ahead, Lee, please speak up though.
Do we do our ID training as well when we're getting out the VIX 5 and 25? And
you're whispering, mate. Say again.
are we doing our IED training as well when we get out the VIX, or is it just straight out dig trenches?
This will be straight, so this is a closed VCP, so anything coming down here will be turned
Right,
back.
okay.
And I'm not going to be rolling VBIDs into you because that's, whilst it's fun for me to watch, it's not going to be beneficial to the training package here. So no, this will be straight enemy section attacks onto your positions. There will be Taliban-style equipment in play, so SPGs, snipers, mortar fire, but I'm not going to be rolling suicide bombers up into any of these checkpoints because it just detracts from the point I'm trying to make. This is going to be a conventional attack onto your position from non-regular forces.
When we dismount from the vehicle, we're just going to dig trenches, or do you want to see us doing the search, like the 5 metre, 25 metre search?
Nope, this is just a pure defensive line.
Right,
use your vehicles to block the road, and then crack on from there.
All right, that's it.
Cool. So 1 section if you want to push down to the southwest, 2 section if you want to take this road here, and then Johnson and you lads, let's set up about building you guys some trenches around the secondary position here.
Roger. 3 sections, stay put.
Dale on Channel 4, any questions on this before we move off relating to the exercise?
You're not on Channel 4?
No,
Oh, my fucking radios are
definitely
reset.
on Channel 4.
Bollocks.
1 section and 2 sections, if I work together on this net to work out whether you want to extend your trench line up to that western hilltop, I'm happy for that to be done.
Oh, they're bringing the foxhounds.
Oh, yeah, foxhounds to block the road.
Just going to
There's
shut my
all
window,
way-
AFK26.
There's a lot of people going that way. Let me get rid of these blocks.
Yep. Right, boys, here's the plan. We're going to set up a defensive line going across the road. Want, let's say, 25 meter spacing between each trench. This is a reserve trench, so it's not meant to be what we're using. We'll dig large trenches. We'll have us set up in buddy teams. Bridges and myself will be in the rear trench, so Smith and Hughes in one trench, Broad Crater in another, Bush, Allen and Lee in the last. Disregard that. Bush and Lee in the last one. Allen, Crater, Broad in one.
Yeah, region feline,
Happy?
we just... It's a safety precaution at the moment.
Let's see.
Smith Hughes.
I'm a Yuli, yeah?
Yes, mate, sorry, I was...
No, how did I body?
Lee, one of the two.
Oh, fuck you, do it.
Am I good to stop blocking off the road, Johnny?
You're right, mate, Hughes.
Just see if you can find some concealment.
Sorry, Johnny, where do you want me again? I was just
You're with
AFK
me.
2 secs. Roger, Dodger.
So you just stay put for now.
Okay.
Next party team, Broad Crater.
Yes, mate.
3 section.
B.
Where are you?
Yeah.
Where are you? With Mr. Johnson?
Behind you.
So 2 sections still got to bring their foxhounds through, but if you just create sort of like a defensive position, so something very similar to that sort of style, just with the trenches, over in that direction, in amongst the trees, that'll be a grand.
Do you not want me in a line like the other sections?
You can build if you can build those positions here, that'll be great. Just let 2 section come through and then start on that, but just a
I'm
second.
not going to block off the road.
Okay. Then
I'm gonna...
yeah, if you build your line and just get a couple of sentries on station and then get your
Yeah,
defensive
Regent,
position
if you had
just off to
anything
the
else to say,
northwest.
put it in the chat again, because I've missed it.
Right, Cradle Broad.
Alan's going to be with them, isn't it?
Okay.
Prader. Yeah, I was just waiting for the Foxhounds to get hit by it.
Round there.
The
Lee, push.
I'm gonna push it forward, mate.
Actually, the four of us who remain are going to start digging that defensive position that San Angus just talked about. So we're going to have those two trenches facing off southwest, and then we'll make that defensive position.
Come on, Lee.
Come on, friend.
Let's go and build stuff. We'll run around like headless chickens.
You said it.
I said it. I said the funny word.
Please get me a large trench set up by that tree.
I'll cover you.
That's bush.
I know.
And bush is next to a bush.
Bridges.
Yes.
Start working on a large trench
north
right
or
there.
northwest?
Working on a large trench right there. Let's build a
That's me
large
and
trench.
looking. Northwest.
Lee? Don't fucking call me sir. Large trench by this tree, please, mate.
Copy that, Johnson.
Nope, I want you down with Crater.
Crater, Alan is with you as part of your 3-man buddy team. Okay.
Yeah. It is quite good.
Have I built the wrong trench?
I mean, this is my first time
Which one did you build, mate?
playing Arma mods. Playing
The
Arma
one with the
mods,
fire holes in
and
them.
all the mods so far have been brilliant, apart from a couple of crashes.
That's good.
It's a lot of fun. First time playing Arma properly, to be honest. What's your favourite mod, Regent?
Right, boys, enemies will be approaching from southwest.
BFA's off and mags in, yeah.
Bye.
Yes, mate.
I think I've done these.
What have you done?
I've built this. I've not built it facing north, east. I built it north. I'm going to take it down and split east.
No, it's fine.
Alright.
Yep. As Dale just said, we don't expect any enemies that way. And right now we've got 2 bunkers dominating that vital terrain, whatever he called it. It's fine.
Right, boys, enemies will be coming in from the southwest. We will hold in our 2 sentry positions and the reinforced point that we've got set up here. If the need should arise, we will be detached from our positions to go out and support the 2 friendly positions out in the terrain. We've got one to the south and one to the west.
Bridges,
Yep.
get me another large trench between these 2 trees, please, mate.
Roger. Are we going to have a chance to be one of the forward sections?
Go off, Whisper, mate.
Oh. Are we going to have the
Maybe
chance
told
to
to go
be
live
one of
yet,
the
Johnny?
other sections?
No.
What's that?
Are we going to have the chance to be one of the forward sections? Or
I don't think so. I think we'll be the mobile reserve.
Okay, that's fair enough.
One Alpha War Golf message, mate. you face off and weapons live, over? Roger, out. Right, Bridges, we're not live yet.
Roger. I'll finish digging this trench and then
Yep.
put my shit back on. Safety's on anyway.
Good. Lee, take the forward trench.
Roger. Right, one section just had an ND. Make sure you guys, your weapons are on safe, please. And also for now, not loaded. Also that.
That's a load of BS.
Boo.
That was almost as bad as the ND.
Almost. Lee.
That sounds live.
Right, weapons live.
Weapons live.
Yeah, you see, I was using my intuition.
You're a good boy.
I'm always ready for a fight. Kids, come onto the battlefield. Oh no. Oh. That was scary. I aimed down the sights and my computer froze. Bushmate, can you hear me?
Power your eyes from that position, Crater.
Okay, good. Sorry.
I shifted it further forward so we can actually see. We've got two peepholes through the bushes.
No, it's fine. I aimed down the sights, my computer froze up, and then I thought I'd crashed, and then I thought my audio was messed up.
Yeah, this scope does that for some reason. It happened to Hughes as well earlier on today.
It must be only tonight, because I haven't had an issue with it. Otherwise.
Is that friendly up in that hole in front of you?
Stand by. You give me a bearing.
Roughly 230.
230, stand by. I'm gonna stick my head up like a smart boy.
Moving into position, yeah.
Yeah, Rog, I think those are friendlies. I'm gonna go on the other side so I can actually see. Yeah, they're friendlies, mate.
Why did we go live if they're not finished setting up yet?
Maybe because war is unpredictable, I don't know. I just do what I'm told.
Yeah. I'll just take position here, that doesn't get told to go anywhere. I'm staying close to you, Lee.
Don't you dare take Lee from me. Do you want to join our club, Bush?
I've got the fucking ear defenders in as well, man, just for when he lets listen that thing.
Oh, have you done the GPMG qualification?
No.
Oh, it's a power trip. It really is a power trip. Pun intended, I was sort of gunning for that for this op. I'll just take it next conventional.
Question. Can you see the car up?
Exercise starts in 3 minutes. 3 minutes.
Can you see the car up west, yeah? Now, if we're trying to block that road off, should that car not be this side of the barrier?
I'm going to step away for 30 seconds, just grab myself some food. Roger.
You see what I mean?
Yeah, I do see what you mean. I think that barrier is part of the terrain and not part of the exercise, so I think they've just disregarded it.
Okay.
But yeah, you know, if it was a standard VCP, they would park the vehicle behind it 100%.
That's just marking the live fire area, isn't it?
Yeah. That it is. This part of the terrain is used by King's Div, so the promotional courses. So
fair
that's
enough.
why it's there.
Okay.
I hope in this map we get another part of the town like we did in Saracen, where we went up those really narrow roads.
I'm sure you'll get the opportunity to be fucked in an alley, Mr. Bridges.
Shut the fuck up.
Yes.
What's the range to the top of the hill?
Stand by.
Up that direction. 267.
370.
You want me to keep that in mind for my ILO or leave it?
Have to keep it in mind just in case a technical comes over there.
Yeah. It's a bit. It's at the edge of your effective range, but
Yeah.
keep in mind anyway.
I'll just charge it.
Good.
But 370.
Get the AT mines ready.
I'll get the Russian mine dog. Where's Crater when you need him?
Over there.
Crater, come here. I need to strap some AT mines to you.
Sorry?
What's the idea of this position?
It serves as a position for us to stay safe, and also as a potential fallback position. You could set up the CCP here when we go out on patrol, and if a section gets fucked, they could withdraw to here.
Right, okay. Because we've not really got very good eyes.
No, we don't. Well, we don't have very good firing lines, but we do have decent eyes. So if we're told to go and say 2 section over there are taking fire from that way, we can see it, and then we can go up and flank from that from the hill.
Okay.
But agreed, it's not a very good firing line, but we are the reserve force at the moment.
Roger that.
Right, boys. Bush just asked me a very, very good question, which is, well, if we've got so shitty eyes in this position, why are we even here? And to answer that, it is, as you know, because we are in the reserve element at the moment, so we don't necessarily need the most perfect firing lines in the world. We do, however, have pretty decent eyes on the terrain, so if you have to go out and support one of our adjacent friendly elements, we can do so with ease, because we can see where we want to go. We can't shoot at them yet, but we can go up, we can flank and destroy.
Any confirmation if the guys with...
Exercise is live, boys. Right, just in time.
I am shitty with my fucking radios today. It's not for me.
Are we going to be able to use MVGs again this autumn?
Is that something you're looking forward to?
Oh, at least once.
I fucking hate MVGs.
I'll like it for like 1 op or like 10 minutes, and then I'll be like, right, I'm done.
Yeah.
Right, oh, these are cool. Let's do this again. I hate this.
The fucking spawn of the devil.
What's that?
MVGs.
Definitely not officers. No,
Right, I
MVGs.
don't like them either.
Yeah, he's a sergeant, not an officer.
Yeah, I know. NVGs, Sarnegas.
What?
We were talking about NVGs.
I think each soldier should be given a kite sight.
You know who one section's ND was? Have a guess. Go on, have a guess.
Attila.
Cool.
It was cool, yeah.
Fucking.
Someone ought to give him a call.
Yes. Good.
He said done. There we go.
There. Oh. Oh.
IDF.
IDF. Enemy smoke. West. 300 meters.
Is that mortars?
Yeah. It is.
Ooh, baby. That's a sexy noise, though.
It does sound pretty good. Or is it one section over there? I thought it was two sections. It is. It's two sections.
Whoever it is, we're gonna have to go and save their ass.
Oh, that's the proper IDF coming in.
Jesus. Nah, I'm getting PTSD from Gustav.
Is it cheating that I'm in Zeus? I shouldn't really be in Zeus.
You shouldn't be in Zeus. Gotta say, all the sound very crisp.
They do sound very, very good.
Is this a new sound mod?
Jono?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yes, mate. We got people in the northwest running towards the section to the west.
Point.
Yeah, there's a friendlies, mate.
There are people up there, yeah.
Yeah, you've got elements of two sections up there, so that way counts.
Whoa!
That's correct.
Yeah, that's two sections in contact.
2 sections in contact.
There we go.
There we go.
Right, gents, just be careful not to shoot fucking two section in the back of the head.
Yeah. Right, boys, make sure you're behind good cover. Lee, come over.
Johnny, if we have a clear line on someone without us putting over friends, we're going to engage.
If you see someone and you can 100% ensure that you're not going to be shooting over or
We
near
got friendlies over
you
there.
may engage.
Roger.
What done, Lee? You got a sniper picture there. I know you can't see shit.
Johnson, I'm gonna take this time to eat real quick.
Roger.
1 Charlie, 1 Bravo, send sit rep, over. Acknowledged, out to you, 1 Echo, 1 Bravo, send a sit rep, over. Roger, good work. See if you can rotate some elements onto your south assist with 1-1 Charlie defense. Acknowledge over.
Got tracers coming down to the west.
Roger.
Eyes on traces.
Right, wish me luck.
Contact.
Good luck.
Bearing 279, top of the hill. Contact down.
That's 400 up to that point. If you can engage without shooting hard.
I think our trench
Hughes
might be taking
and
incoming.
Smith pull it back into the master central defensive.
I think we should call this the Citadel.
The Citadel.
Pull it into the Citadel, as it has now been christened. That's off to your north.
Jesus, Smith, pulling back.
And if Blackburn was here, we'd call it the Bastille.
Bravo, Golf, send over.
Contact west. 200 metres.
Watch yourself, Hughes, mate.
Right, section prep to move.
Contact BRD coming over the hill. Bearing 289.
Wrong.
019er, 219er, Roger, stepping off the time now.
BRD
Right.
289.
Roger. Right, boys, we've been tasked with a flanking maneuver onto the enemy currently attacking one section. So we're going to pull off, we're going to go down to the other bunker where the Delta team is, and then we're going to go on a flanking maneuver. Right, let's start bogging out. Bridges, Smith, go.
Jogging, yeah.
B, move.
Get your head down, Smith. We can make it.
Right, Crater, we're going to approach you now. Roger.
Watch yourselves as you go over the road, guys. Rounds just flew past our ears.
Right, Crater, break it out of your position and take it northeast. Section hold.
It's probably worth popping up that that's a BTR.
Right, Bridges,
Yep.
you see that elephant grass?
Roger.
Take us down to it, take us up in it.
Roger, jogging,
Right,
yeah.
boys, we're going to move southeast to take to find some concealment in this elephant grass, and then we're going to take that, move up, and try to flank this enemy position. Rough grid of enemy is 089er, 219er.
Do you want a slow jog?
What?
Slow jog.
Yeah. Right, start taking us southwest now, mate.
Roger, southwest. Bye bye, Foxhound.
Right, section hold. We will continue in NATO T, so section form NATO T on me.
Corporal for the new people, what's the T? NATO T?
NATO T is a baseline with Charlie followed by Delta in a column.
Understood.
Right, let's go.
Front.
Okay. Front, rapid fire.
Whoa!
Right, section advance.
That's one hell of a firework.
Straight forward and a jog weapon raised. Delta, keep like 10-15 meter spacing to Charlie team.
I'm staying out of your ring.
What?
Nothing, just something about spacing.
Roger.
Section hold. Delta, form a baseline left of Charlie. Contact, front 150 meters, bearing of 240 section, rapid fire. I'm hit.
Contact left, I think.
Magazine.
Fire down, guys. Bullets. March standoff.
Bridge is okay. Magazine.
Contact south, I'm not on the road.
Mate, do you want to pop up next to me, Alan?
It's time to pull back from this bad position. Smoke south, pull back into the open grass.
Smoke out.
Get into defilade to the north, boys. Alright. He's down up here, sorry, Alan.
You got a shot?
Right, who's down?
Lead tier 2.
Gentlemen, I need you to form a baseline on my position, watching southwest.
Got the bush.
My bad. Keyboard's got a mind of its own. Am I in your arc there, Bush?
Repeat that?
Am I in your arc?
No.
Roger.
Fire! Use your guns! Fire!
Roger, picking up the slack. Magazine.
North, just west of you. You want me to come here?
Gentlemen, in a second we will pop smoke to the southwest. White smoke southwest, we'll then withdraw along our previous route. Yeah, just carry, mate.
Smoke ready.
I can almost drag.
That might be Jack. Then leave him. Pop smoke now, pop smoke now.
I'm gonna bind it.
Smoke out.
Bridges, run coming down now.
Roger.
Broad you up, mate.
Do you want me to get in front?
No, yeah. Lee, right here, mate.
Yeah, Roger. Oh, Lee. What have you got yourself into?
Yeah, I've got a broken leg.
Well, you better leg it then.
Where do we go?
Yeah, let's go.
Right.
Come on, Lee. Stay alive on me, mate.
Move, guys, move.
I have a broken leg.
We'll move as quickly as you can.
No, keep going, mate. Just keep going. We're getting...
I know. I'm just checking if you were still there.
Sorry, mate. I don't mean to shout. I just don't want to get shot in the bum.
Guys, anyone who can, pop smoke to the south.
Smoke out.
Well, this is fun. Johnson's gone T4.
Okay.
Cool, keep moving.
Hold
Actually, if you're functional, mate, rally back up with Bush and pick him up.
Am I heading to the green Heskers?
If you're not carrying on, then come back to me, mate.
I am still carrying Lee.
Maybe it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Where do we
Boys,
want
make it
casualties?
inside the Hesco barriers. Double time. I know we've got casualties. Make it as quick as you can.
They've decided that instead of doing what they want to do.
Oh.
Alan, inside.
Oh, hello, Lee.
Hi, I got Zeus healed.
Oh, it's a miracle.
Thank you for that.
You're welcome.
Right, who are we missing?
I am all healed.
What?
I'm all good.
Who are we missing?
I'm not sure who we're missing, actually. I think it was only you and Lee. So we got... Do you want me to go have a quick look around?
Please.
Roger. Found to use.
Inside ASAP.
Is anyone else currently injured?
Smith, Broad.
Anyone? Last call.
Crater, Allen. Lee. Anyone see Bush?
During breaks, these
Get your Hescos back.
We'll have one more to heal for you in a
We'll
second,
take back,
Angus.
obviously, Eason and Archie's pair, leave Mesh and Russell.
Right, with Bush all present and accounted for.
Southern end. Southern end, go on stag if you're not fucking wounded. If you are fucking wounded, stay in the middle. Spread out, don't stand in a fucking clump.
Right, boys, get yourself patched up. To the best of your ability, we'll get some treatment for you.
Hey, I've been healed.
You've been healed?
Yeah, they're on me.
Right, mate, get up on the wall.
Right, boys. In order of march, give me a quick casualty state.
Bridges all green.
2 all green.
That's fine. All green.
Use all green.
Where's the east?
Broad all green.
Base all green.
Bush all green.
I'll switch over, mate.
All green.
9 all green.
Right, all heard. Good work, boys. That was us getting caught out by the enemy in a really shitty position where we couldn't see them, they could see us. Good work disengaging and not taking further casualties than we actually did. Good work all round.
Are all friendlies in the Heskers?
At the northeast.
No, friendlies are still south-southwest.
Roger. Poor sods.
Can I move through here, Carter? That's fucking trees in my way.
Oh, yeah, mate. Go right or go left to see around it.
Friendlies coming towards the base from the southwest.
If you need a heal, come over to me at the flagpole here.
Link, do you know if there's any ammo in whatever they're calling it?
Get yourself one stag, mate. I'll get that sorted for you. Oh, no. Oh. Right, break. Is anyone Echo, Form Charlie message over. 1-1 Echo, send over. What side are you manning on the base? Over.
We are currently taking the northern side from east to west, covering all the northern arc. Over.
Wait, how do you see how many kills you have?
Link?
Yeah, roger that.
Link, Link, do you want us on those things?
No.
Wait, how do you open player info?
Yep. Everyone in.
How do I see how many?
So, if you go to
Roger. So if you take one with your
on the server line,
yeah.
I can't get in.
Yeah.
I probably won't put yourself in line of fire, but yeah.
I've got 10.
Exactly.
Who has the most?
Shepard,
Why would it not let me put a
Oh,
tourniquet on myself?
I think he's
Did you have your weapon out?
Yes.
If you have your weapon out,
Yeah, you need to have your weapon away.
Ah, okay.
Everyone makes that mistake, mate, don't
I've
worry.
literally sat in the trench. I've literally been fired one shot.
I wouldn't spend 5 minutes trying to patch myself up while I was bleeding, only to realise I had my weapon
I
out.
did also like there was a technical came over the hill with a GMG, just instantly, just one shot in the driver, one shot on the gunner.
I got the driver, but BTR something.
Yeah, the BC. What the yeah.
The second one was open with him.
Sorry, can you come back to me on that, Ammo?
Attila, give me your ammo, please.
Bro, you can get over there, you lunatic.
What are you saying? I thought you said
Angus.
8-9.
I don't know what I'm doing.
8-9.
Right, end of exercise, end of exercise. Put your weapons in your back, guys, that way we can't ND. Bring it into the middle, boys.
Okay, so tonight you were given, in this first part here, a defence against one
Double time.
axis coming against a prepared line that attacked against you repeatedly. So a bit more conventional attack. They were against sort of the type of forces that you'll see in the next deployment and the type of vehicles that you'll see. But generally, it was more of a conventional attack against a position. So more of a flot versus flet. If you're not familiar with the term, flot is forward line own troops and flet is forward line enemy troops. So think, your classic conventional warfare. You've got your own front line and the enemy has theirs and they came across you. So hopefully you didn't see anything come up from the southeast or the northeast. That was to your rear. And you just saw the enemy come against you against pre-prepared positions. We did not have enough time to practice falling back into the secondary position. You guys did very well getting in here and getting on stag, but unfortunately we won't have the time to get the most value out of the next stage to give you some time getting shot up in here as well. Anyone got any questions about the previous stage? Anyone got any feedback for what we could have done better? Open forum. Don't feel shy. You can speak up.
Yes.
Go ahead.
Having gone out and got flanked in exposed position, I feel it might have been more handy to use those mortar assets we had earlier to smack those possible contacts there as opposed to sending us out to flush them out and getting our
What more assets?
Well, whatever Angus said we had tasked to blow shit up out there as we withdrew.
And that was enemy fire coming in. I'm sorry, that was a miscommunication.
I was told we had explosive assets.
Nope.
Well, then that was a very big mistake.
In terms of the reason for you guys getting sent out to flank, the point of that is to show
that made sense. It's just I was unaware we had the other assets to begin with, or at least there was a miscommunication there. If we don't have the assets, then it makes sense to flush out what we can't get out.
Yeah, understood. Okay. Any further questions? Anything that was employed that you guys thought was a bit weird or anything like that? Call out now.
One final thing. People need to learn what vehicles are and what they're called.
Take that as a general feedback point. I think I have a vehicle recognition guide knocking about somewhere, so I'll share that as well in the Discord. Pop that up for people to see. Okay, so what we're going to be doing now is moving on to the next stage of tonight, which is the PB. So I have approximately 2 minutes to tell you, and then there'll be a 5-minute period where your ICs get you set up, and then hopefully we'll get 45 minutes of trigger time. So the intent here will be going to a PB with an all-round defense. This is going to be closer to what you will be familiar with from previous coin deployments. The intent of this exercise will be showing you fixed defense on a position. Typically being handcuffed to a position is not the best thing in the world. However, in Afghan and in deployments that we'll be going into, working out district centres and being a visible presence is part of the mission, and us being there for the nation building aspect of it. You'll see on this one that there is a polling station and a comms array that we are protecting with our presence there, as also controlling the roads nearby. The enemy aren't too pleased with that. So much like here, they'll be coming down from the hills to come and get us, except in this case, they'll be coming down all at once. 3 section, you won't be in reserve again. You'll actually be up on an arc. Arcs will be distributed when we get us there. And what your ICs will do is they'll go around for the 5 minutes that you've got, make sure the ammunition's being updated and replaced that you've lost here, and also making sure that the arcs are interlocked between yourselves and also with the other sections. There are enough towers and sangers here for you to take and to hold quite comfortably, and they are well protected. But again, in terms of what you guys need to do, my advice would be think about the conversations we had earlier. as soon as you're there, if you can, start ranging positions if possible, because you'll be able to give faster references when you do that. That is a process called using a stat card or a standard range process that you can start pointing things out of. Unfortunately, we don't have the time for me to go into detail on that tonight, but I'm happy to share my knowledge around that as well, for those of you who are interested in that. But the Billy basics of it is when you create a range card, you're just identifying where things are and how close they are. We will bring that into the deployment when we're in a more static position, but generally, if you're not laid up for somewhere more than an hour or so, there's not really a point to it. But tonight, if you can start thinking about that process of pre-designating ranges and talking amongst your section, identifying notable points like an edge of a tree line that you're looking at, or a little church that seems to be everywhere on this map. That's a really good key thing to be doing, especially when you work out of the same position and you have to defend it. So the enemy's objective will be to get into the PB and destroy the platoon as a fighting element, to remove us from that position. Interdiction on that road has been quite good for us and quite bad for them, so they're pissed off with it now. You will see civilian traffic in this one. You will not be required to interact with it. There will be no VBIDs, and the enemy will come from you once the exercise has started. The exercise will start at, I'm going to say, 21:17. I'll announce it. Bit of a weird number, but it gives you guys time to get in there, but also maximizes our time on shooting things, and that should last for about 40 to 45 minutes. Any questions?
Can we get a reload, boss?
Yeah, Angus is organising that now, so he's over there getting you guys a box. So what'll happen is you'll get into your ARCs first, your ICs will set you up, and then he'll come around and distribute ammunition to IC, or you'll go back and grab it yourself.
Roger.
Perfect, cool. Well, let's get some shooting time in. It's been a little bit more kinetic tonight than usual, and I hope we continue that in the next exercise. So feel free to jump through and see you on the other side.
PB Wellington, yeah?
PB Wellington, yeah.
Teleport through to PB Wellington.
Yeah. Medium. Hi, Jalab.
Teleport.
Yeah, PB Wellington.
Okay.
One section that is south and east as well. Keep that in mind.
Is the center building off limits?
Right, let's have a quick look around, have a look at these positions, and then figure out what we can do.
Yeah, it's either Lee, Tower.
Crazy,
or
we have an
bunker.
indirect fire shelter this time.
What? Tower. Lee of the tower.
Broad in the other tower.
Broad in the other tower.
If you take middle bunker, Johnny, I can split myself between one of the two edges.
Yep. Ellen, tower with Lee.
Johnson, I have a research machine gunner took that tower, so I don't know if you saw me there.
Oh, that's the other section.
Mind and get eating boys and drinking.
Broad, bunker.
Bunker.
Smith, bunker.
Ah.
Bridges, bunker.
Roger.
If either of you need 556, there's plenty in my backpack.
I wanted a tower.
Same.
What killed you then, Broad?
A machine gunner. I stuck my head out to try to shoot him and just down instantly.
You think that's funny? One time, I think it was my first actual proper training night. We were doing VCP drills,
Crater,
and the Zeus spawns an enemy right next to me,
to fuck off from that tower we looked at
and I just turn around and there's an AK in my
to that.
face.
Roger. And Broad, same.
I'm going to the tower.
Oh, bye, Broad. He's going abroad.
Hello, boys.
Oh, hi,
This is where
Hugh.
I can cheat now because unlike you guys.
Word of warning: don't do that again. Like when other people are watching, because that's a big no-no. Just saying. Just keep me out of trouble, my friend.
I'd be able to see them coming with you around.
Johnny, once we're set and we've got what we want sorted, do you want just me to do a count and get ammo for everyone, or do we send an entire 5 team at a time? I want you to pick up magazines to resupply the section.
Cool. Would be a lot simpler.
Bridges, you're not carrying belts, are you?
Stand by. I think I am. I'm carrying one belt.
Hughes has 2.
Right, Hughes, go to the tower there, to the southeast, and give Lee a belt.
For anyone who hasn't already, you can pull your rifles out again.
Lee, Hughes is coming to you with a belt.
Thank you.
Ellen should have a belt or 2 as well.
Yeah, I just asked them, yeah.
Thank God for the resupply, because I have 2 mags.
You've got 2 mags?
Apparently, one of my magazines has disappeared.
Right. Go find Crater, pick up mags.
Roger, Dodger. Where is he?
I would assume in the center somewhere. Try
Roger.
southeast.
Crater, where you at, mate?
I'm in the other tower. I'm still working out where all the shit is, like, stuff.
I have one tracer loaded, and I use
using this
normal trader.
Big one, and to the one on far side that no one else is touching.
I've just been...
This is my one.
I've just been told to come and reoccupy this.
No. I already occupied it. Fuck off.
Yeah, fucking working out with Johnny.
We're recolonising, mate.
I'm not fucking off.
I, for one, welcome our new overlords.
I have one tracer round in my gun, one tracer round in my bag, and I use normal mag in my bag.
Alright, then I will give you some extras.
Yeah, I was sent over by Johnny because I only have 2 mags for some reason.
You were doing so well, Broad, and then I took the mags at your back, and they're fucking blanks. All the regular mags you had in your backpack were all these ones, mate.
Oh fuck. That is
I'm
completely
gonna take them anyway, and then...
There are trace mags in there.
Sorry, was that Angus for me? Sorry, I've just been talking to people.
Yes, it's for you.
I'm just gonna wait here until Crater comes over here. I think. Even though I only have 2 mags.
The only point of concern probably
Push obliged.
like the losing view will be that, because they can get right at the top of that thing.
Yeah, that blind hill.
They're within a couple of 100 meters of us.
Well, hopefully the tower should blat them.
Bridges, how many mags did you drop?
Your tower will have 2 section bots come to you, so send Bush up to the bunker, please.
I've only had 2 mags.
Bridges, is that you've used 2, or you only have 2 remaining?
I only have 2 remaining.
Thank you.
I don't know where they've gone.
Right, Bridges.
Yes.
Left of arc.
Left of arc. Roger, Dodger. Yep.
Right of arc.
Roger.
Mr. Johnson.
Over there somewhere. Yes.
Left.
You require me to get you
Right.
mags?
I'm fine.
Cool.
Get Bush over here. You're gonna have 2 section bots coming up there. But
He's there, mate. He's with you already. He's already here. I'm that
Well,
efficient. Look,
I am
right
just fucking deaf.
Smith,
Roger.
how many mags do you need, mate?
2 more to get the full.
2, and any smokes or frags?
Bush, if you want to take this arc, I'll give you, or this angle, I'll give you.
So I think
arc in a second.
I need 4 mags and 2 smokes.
So needy.
Uh, Right, Smith. Left of arc.
How many mags do you need, mate?
She's good for mags.
Is there.
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay, yeah. Top of the hill.
Right of arc. That cluster of trees.
Right. Okay.
2 smokes though.
Cool.
Oh, it's gone.
Hughes.
Yep.
Left of arc. That tree.
Yep.
Big one.
Big one,
Right of
mate.
arc is top of that hill.
Okay.
Push. Left of arc. Top of that hill. Right of arc. That wood line that like thins out where it nears the top of the hill.
Okay.
Raj?
Yep.
All happy with arcs in the bunker?
Yep.
Yeah. Range to the peak in front there.
That one?
Yep.
Yep.
Smith, can you range the crest of the hill?
705. So 700.
Point again?
The crest just the front of us.
It's further than you think.
Oh, 800, that is.
800.
Hey, you sure?
I don't need that one.
Range of 450.
A lot further than I thought it was.
I quite like this part of a coin deployment, just vibing in a bunker.
What was that?
They started?
That was a big boom.
380.
That turned my safety off.
Tree there. On your left. That one. Range of 300. Right, I'm gonna go get some marks to the voice and the singer.
He did say exercise start at 17.
That might have been a delayed a little bit.
We get a rocket in this bunker, we're all dead.
Oh, mind.
The bunker's usually the last to go. Smith, did you? You didn't get to Gustav, did you?
Well, we did eventually, but then we died in our fucking Wimix because that hill, and that's why I hate Wimix. But yeah,
You're the guys with the javelins, aren't you? Or you were?
I am.
Oh, sorry. I thought you were in the section. My bad.
We're the ones who are going to be sinking entire javelins in one sniper.
Remember, boys, with the arcs
Yeah,
I've given
taking
you
my
now,
fun.
They are where you're supposed
When I
to
could
scan
use
and
my
where you're
in-law.
supposed to fire, but that does not mean you can't shuffle around and engage other targets if called for by the other guys in the bunker.
Debris.
Say again.
Oh, that was resistant to the other tunnel.
Fair enough.
Eyes on 227. 200.
Whoa!
Contact northwest,
Hello.
200 meters. Taking contact.
Contact 205 white pickup truck. Just gone behind the crest of the high hill.
205, give me a range.
I'd say about 800 meters.
That's suppression. Oh wait.
Just about where my tracers are going.
Point. See what's meant for you now.
Right there, he's dipping in and out of the hill.
Roger.
Good.
There he is. He's moving towards us.
Smith, how many do you want, mate? Was it 4? 2.
2 mags, 2 smokes.
1, 2 mags for you, and...
Section, watch and shoot, watch and shoot.
Another white smoke. Is he hitting the wall, mate?
Am I?
Yeah, how many mags do you need?
4. Say again.
4, yeah?
4 mags.
There's 4 in your backpack, Cam.
Thanks, pal.
We'll
Magazine.
tell that GPMG gunner to go and watch and shoot.
Don't need a few spare bandages, or is everyone all good?
Vehicle's down.
Someone bandaged my head.
Cool. I'll go back to the top.
I bet Zeus was having fun with that one. He came flying over the hill.
Yeah, I got used. There you go.
Cheers, boss.
Here we are, mate.
Update, vehicle was a Land Rover.
Contact west 300 meters in the tree line.
That way.
Oh,
Kill
don't
him.
hit the wall.
Go away. All goals, contact radar.
But that rifle sounds good.
Oh, it does.
It's small as hell.
Contact down.
There's one further down on the left. And above you.
Yeah, it's definitely one more.
That above you now is going to be anything.
Maxi.
Credo, that wood line is 286 from my current position.
Roger.
One more golf message over. Golf, do you expect contact reports as per usual, or is it safe to assume that we will constantly be in contact for the next half hour? Over. Roger, golf out. Right, boys, if you feel like swapping positions at any point, just talk amongst yourselves, sort that shit out, and make sure you deliver the arcs you're supposed to have onto the next person.
Smith, do you
I'll
fancy
leave that up to
swapping?
you, using your initiative.
Yeah. What do you want me?
So I think your arc goes from here to about here-ish.
Okay, yeah. Showing you yours.
Roger.
Top of that hill, about 275.
Yep.
Wood line, about 342-ish. That one.
Roger. I think my arc sort of
Oh,
ends...
fuck.
Oh
Okay.
my word. Sort of ends around yours. That's a big
Yeah.
boom.
It typically is a little
Make sure you've
over
got hard cover, boys.
Now that I've asked you to go there, they're all going to start coming over that hill now.
That's always the way.
God, that made me jump a bit. Shit! Those are some big mortars.
That's the 150, isn't it? 120s.
Contact northwest 150 meters in the trees.
That way, boys.
Roger.
I just got shot at. I've not got eyes up.
I've got eyes. He's down. One down.
Yeah, there's more.
Roger.
Right, watch and shoot, boys.
Got him.
Nice shot.
I can see like 2 pixels of his head.
Yep.
Ah, the Rainbow Six Siege way. Bullet grazes the helmet, it's an instant kill.
Knife to the foot, instant kill.
And sometimes shooting someone in the head, not registered.
Are you talking about Blitz there?
I'm talking about all of
Oh,
them when
no,
I'm
no.
playing.
Oh.
Frost for the win.
I
Wait,
just
man,
got
Ash.
suppressed for somewhere.
Oh god, you're an Ash
Ash
man.
has no hit box, that's how she gets it.
Try watching your... Contact.
070.
Yep, spotted.
Oh, I want to swap with you guys now.
Just in the tree, just in the dip there.
I'm only joking.
Yeah, let's keep the arcs.
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck.
On my circle. 065.
Roger.
Just in my arc.
Contact 337.
Yeah, fucking BMP. Long, beat out.
1 down. 2 down.
Nearly 83.
Contact 3112. 150 meters.
Smoke.
Bridges, move yourself to the Sanger, just to your southeast. Double time.
Roger, southeast.
Contact east, bearing 60. On the ridge line.
There's a fucking BTR out there.
Roger. Prepping AT. AC prepped. Checking rocket. Can I get range?
About 300 meters.
Coming. Seen. Prepping AT. AT prepped. Clear back blast.
Johnny, Alan's P1. Use it down, use it down.
Roger.
What was that? Who's that?
Looked like a fucking snipe shot.
Johnny, we're getting
Have you
hammered.
seen the wild on the side?
I know.
Yeah, Bridges.
Yeah.
You seen a wild Angus?
No, I haven't.
Yeah, fair enough.
Back in position, Charlie's on it. I'll call on if you need it. Set up on the eastern side of that fucking bunker, mate.
Roger, eastern side.
Right, is Alan down? Roger. Just get back in the bunker, mate, see if you can get out off of there.
Yeah, Roger.
You ready, Johnny?
Oh, piss.
Get down, get down, get down. Get
Oh,
down.
fuck.
Fire, man, yeah, what? We don't know what way it came from.
Yeah, sounds like we've got a sniper cover on Charlie's bunker. Hook your head up once, get a shot straight to the face.
Roger, see if you can identify where that fucking shot, where those fucking shots are coming from.
He's hot right certainly.
Yep, Hughes is still the T1. We can try and get him back.
He's
aside
got
from
made blood pressure.
Right,
He had a heart rate because I was doing CPR, mate.
Oh yeah.
Johnson, I've also got 2 tier 1 in the tower of me.
what's that, sorry?
I've got 2 tier 1 in the tower of me, I've stabilised 1, working on the other because I can't get up. Sniper up.
Roger.
Contacts southwest 340. They've just run up right up to the bunker. I can't get fucking good eyes.
I've got it.
Oh, what?
Magazine.
Keep going, keep going.
I think it's from the west somewhere. Oh, sorry, northwest.
Well, we do have guys running right up to the bunker over there. Smith, to your south, southwest. There are two guys literally at the other side of the bunker. I can't get a good shot on them. It's really frustrating.
Oh, I can see him. Like, bastards.
Have you tried pushing C on the thinger to raise your gun up a wee bit?
Yeah, I tried that.
But then you're gonna get headshot. Just be careful.
That's what you're here for, Bush.
Yeah.
Bring us back from the dead.
Try to.
Broad, yeah?
It's the thought that counts.
I don't know if you're aware that you have probably one, maybe two people right at the base of your bunker.
No, I didn't. Give me a minute.
Just beyond our arc to get him, but he is right in, behind your bunker.
This is where underhand throwing in squad comes in handy. You can underarm throw grenades. From the shot, northwest? Have you tried looking at that ruined house towards the north-northwest?
Yeah. Oh, fuck, technical, 340, far out, 400 meters.
Technical 340, northwest.
Well, not a technical, it's a jeep, sorry, but yeah, it's there. On the road.
Well, if we can make Johnson aware, I can maybe hit it.
Sniper came from 317.
Be advised, we've got enemies danger fucking close right up on the walls.
Oh no! Down, lads, down.
Contact northeast. Fine. Any particular compass bearing there out, Johnny, or just everywhere?
Yeah, someone got him. Good shot.
Just to my north currently, I'm in the western bunker. We've also got broad down up here, 121.
Right, I think I got the sniper. Just took out one of 317.
Got contact down by the trees.
Whoa!
Fine.
Users down, users down.
Again? Fuck you. Take care of it.
Roger. Packing his head. Another headshot.
Boys, where's that on that smoke?
What else is wrong with you, mate?
No, they're on the ridge line.
Swat the bridges.
Bush, his head's been bandaged. That's his only wound. Now I'm hit.
We have mass cats all around.
Man down, man down, man down.
Take some fucking cover. Watch yourselves.
Packing Smith's head.
And of course, kill the cunts.
No eyes on where these kids are gone. Oh shit, team close.
And packing my head.
Oh fuck. Close. I'm gonna try something, gents. Hanging out.
This is some squad level shit. Hey! I saved you! I think.
Danger close, 340, 340.
Eyes on. Ow!
I think this one's a bit more west, Do you know where they are? Bridge is down. Push, bridge is down. Use fresh mag. Check your like 300, mate.
Piss.
300, mate.
Greater.
We are getting blatted today.
Black. I'm all black.
It's all part of the learning though. Hope you guys are enjoying the stream so far. Bit of a boring start, but it's getting there.
Hughes, go on a supply run to Lee.
He's leaving, going to Lee. On route now.
Oh, fuck's sake, every time! I keep getting no warning when I get healed, and it means I keep losing my fucking tourniquets. Alright boys, let's get eyes out. Bush, is he stable? He's sealed up?
He's sealed up, yeah.
Alright,
But
in
he's
which
not got
case,
heart rate.
it's alright, I'll deal with it. I'm gonna take it.
Hey, I'm back. I'm back.
Cool. Get your rifles out, get rounds down boys, get rounds down.
What direction?
Anywhere you look, it looks like it's moving when it shouldn't.
302, 302.
Bridges, you're shooting at the fucking bunker.
I'm panicking is what I'm doing.
Let's control point you mate.
Manaki, magazine.
Just stands by one.
Smith's down.
Oh, fuck off. Are they hitting me? They're firing through trees. Alright, I'm gonna grab Smith and carry him back to the thingy quickly. Bush, you still up here?
Incoming! Negative, negative, negative. 310 contacts, 150 meters. There's a whole section size coming. Zulu, fight back to back. Hit. Show them no mercy. Johnson's down. Yeah, keep firing. I'm going to pack my head and then I'll take over firing and cover you.
Okay.
Oh, come on, you prick. Right, I'm back. If you want to get Johnson, I'll lay down some covering fire. Down.
You're down, Bridges.
How are people looking ammo-wise?
Bridges and Johnson's down. On me.
Lee red.
Push down.
Mate, I'll get you some more. Thank you.
Fuck me.
Holy
Got three cars in northwest bunker.
I'm here, mate.
Bush.
Full headshots as well. This was annoying.
You should definitely watch your back sometimes, you know, boys.
Contact north. Contact inside, contact inside. Down. Three times casualties inside Charlie bunker.
If watch my door, I'll try to get them up. Smith, yeah, just try cover me, I'll try to get them up.
Yeah, they're climbing walls to the south.
He's only like 3 Smiths, 4 in here, tier 1.
Take the bandage.
Rod, Smith, the rest are down.
Alright.
Fucking hell. Right, okay, good.
Oh, where the fuck are we getting hit from?
I don't know.
They're climbing the walls, they're inside.
Bravo, this is Golf, message over. Back up.
Northwest
back.
is resecured. Please make sure friendlies are holding their fire from northwest.
We've still got fucking contact.
Someone shot through a frag outside. Shot through a frag through that fucking window.
Johnson's down.
Bridges, fire, not protect. Fire. Come on, I can't be fucking anyone. Pick it up. Short throw a frag out there as well. Short throw a frag, someone. Bridges, press control W at the same time, mate. You need to.
Roger.
Inside.
Oh, frick, that's bad, that's bad, that's bad!
Where did the frog go?
How you doing, mate?
Johnson.
Get rounds out, north-northwest.
Yeah, by the rocks.
Good work, Lee. Down, shift fire.
Go boys, keep the rounds going.
Oh, fucking hell, I just took a rocket to the face.
If Johnny's still unconscious, Bush, pick him up and take him back to the
Broad's down.
Oh, God.
Smith, you mobile? No, Smith's down. Watson. No. Who's active enough to move?
Hugh's good to move.
I need someone to just get out of here.
Right, instructions.
What the fuck is happening? There's so many men in here, I'm just gonna start calling this like a brothel.
There we go, he's fucking dead. Alright, let's get everyone ready. If you're mobile enough, pick up one of the guys who's down, take him back to med tent.
I just need to plug myself up because pretty much all of my body is
If you can
fucked.
throw a tourniquet on it, mate, do that instead.
Roger.
Lee, how you doing up there, babe? All good, mate.
Alright, how are you guys? Is it okay over here? Oh, fuck me.
Alright, Ed, if there's a guy's down, pick him up, take him back.
Alright, so I won't be doing it.
If you're fucked up, just stay here for now and we'll get some
with
carry in a
Bush,
minute.
bring him back to the center.
Send rounds.
Oh, Bush, is it bad or is it just died?
Bridges, if you can stay alive and just keep shooting for a minute, do that.
I'm almost
Pick him up.
patched up, mate. Just one more leg.
You'll take it out, yeah?
Marksman dead.
Right, ready to get some rounds done.
Right, 2 section pods.
No, it's patching, it's patching.
Right, Bridges, go and get scene 2.
Say again.
Go and get scene 2.
Roger.
Oh shit.
Excuse me, mate.
Get down. Get down.
Fucking section, take cover. Your belt buckles now.
That bunker's getting fucked.
Do you guys know where the medical tent is?
Yeah, it's literally just there, mate.
Roger.
There. Literally, you can just see it.
Hard cover.
There's 2 more coming.
Right, boys, take hard cover, take hard cover. Now's a good time to repack your out, guys. Bush is back.
Ooh, fucking hell.
Leapy, get out of there.
have any injuries from that? Dowling, can you get a Casra?
Anyone else short on 556?
Bridges, I've got 2 full mags left. In the medical tent now, waiting to be seen to.
Hard cover, boys.
Hello, Attila.
Hello, hello.
How are you doing?
I'm constantly being fucking dominated by Ethan. He's got 40 kills.
How do you check your kills? I can't hear you.
Hey guys, take care of him.
Yeah, I'll take care of him.
Already called it.
Yeah, so
Just make sure.
shift tab.
Shift tab.
Shift tab, and then if you've got a friend playing on a server, get a little arrow next to him.
Yeah.
View game info below triangle. And the score.
Oh, hello.
Hello.
Is how many kills.
Attila,
Thank
done. Bridges, done.
Audio north.
Roger. Cheers, Angus.
BTR north. 200 metres. Brother, do you want me, Johnson?
I'm next to Lee's bunker if needed. I'm here. I have returned. How are we doing, everyone? Oh, that is a BTR. Yeah, I don't think my 84 is going to do anything against that.
It will. BTR's light armored.
Oh, roger.
Good hit on BTR. BTR's gone. Crew dismount.
Kill them. Over there.
I'm waiting for
Magazine.
Right.
T1, Alan's T1. Roger.
Shit, how you doing for mags?
good, I got a wrist by earlier at med 10.
One more. Okay. Oh shit.
I've got smoke twice, I can't see anything.
Yeah, way out there, man. Way out there.
Oh shit, there's another one.
Right on the line. He's dead.
Sorry, I've got something special for this.
Again. Oh, I'm gonna try that side. I need Smith's key, mate. You're coming with me, mate. Let's go.
Crater, just to let you know, I am down to my last mag.
Give it in a second.
Roger. I have the perfect song for this. Hughes.
It's a long way to Tipperary.
I was thinking more Rorke's Drift by Sabaton.
Yeah, that works too.
But I approve of the choice.
I think
We'll be with you in a minute, Lee.
Bridges.
Yes.
Stay still. There's 1. There's 2, 3, 4. Should be alright for a minute.
Thanks, Dad.
Right, I'm gonna go.
We've got a technical there in 214.
Yeah, Tracer's over there.
I might be dead. I might be dead.
Is it one with a toe on top?
Say that again?
No, appears to be
Stand by. Driver's still up, mate. Driver's still up.
Alan, if you're up, mate, I need you to push back to your position. Johnny, I could do with your assistance.
This is getting really fucking spicy.
Come in.
You see those massive fucking missiles that came in?
Yeah, they landed like right there.
Oh my god. I think earlier I actually took a rocket launcher to the face.
I took a sniper round to the face, then proceeded to get healed, then came back in the
Yeah.
and shot immediately.
I saw you get back up, and then you started firing, and then I looked back again and you were on the floor, and I was like, what's he doing? Oh, he's down.
Got 2 jeeps there in 212, but I think they're both down.
Yeah, the one on the left should be disabled, because it was there earlier.
There was a down, the gunners are dead.
And right when I
Any casualties in the bunker? Yeah, Alan's still 2-1.
Fucking hell, that hour flew by.
I'm gonna take a drink quick.
Yeah, Roger. You want me to watch your arc?
Yeah, quickly. Just tree to the left to top of the thing. I'll be
Yeah, Roger.
Shots coming from west, I think.
From the west?
Yeah, for the west. Maybe.
Alright, I'm back on arc.
Yeah. Roger. Let us know if you see anything, mate.
Yeah, will do.
I get suppressed. I can't see shots. I see them hitting it down in front of us.
Yeah, so.
Yeah, that was close.
Baron?
Hey, I've not got eyes yet.
Yeah, Roger.
Roughly 260 somewhere.
Yeah, it's 260. Oh, that's close. Hit.
Good.
Right, boys, ICOM chatter says we've got fucking artillery incoming. Take hard cover, enemy are withdrawing, take hard cover for enemy artillery strike.
Stay in the bunker, lads. This is going to be fucking heavy.
I'm gonna just duck that.
You know, I keep talking about that op night in PB Gustav where we got pounded all night. This is essentially what it was like.
Alan, come back.
Say again.
Someone shot me. ahead.
Yeah, I know. But
What's that? I don't know artillery are theirs.
their artillery. We're not American. We're not that danger close.
Be safe there, mate. All good, buddy.
Despite them saying they're running away, they just had someone run up the wall on the west. So
Yeah. So see when we were all knocked out, did you hear someone shout, "Always check behind you"?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to back them.
That's probably the Zeus fucking around.
Well, yeah, because like 4 of us were down. I was the only one up, so I just immediately went to go get Bush up because he was the medic. So I didn't have anything else.
Rule number one of field first aid: ensure it's safe first. Or something like that.
I presume
My CTM was.
the back doors in the facility, in the compound. I'm not going to watch the back door and watch you guys bleed out if I'm the only one up.
Fair enough. We've got incoming fire from somewhere.
Yeah,
I just saw a puff of dirt.
From angle in this little.
I think
line in front of us.
northwestern arc. Yeah. Oh, have I been? No, my wind's just opened up again. Has anyone got packing?
Yeah.
Would you mind packing me head real quick?
Danger close to a bunker. Say again.
Oh, that's fine. Burning my FPS.
The bunker you just at, bricks right on top of it. Yep.
We've got smoke blocking northwest.
You can get a
Cheers,
frag
mate.
just out west-southwest.
We got jets. What are they dropping?
Take over.
Whoa!
Let me know if that one's up.
I think that position's
Friendly S-port,
deleted.
friendly S-port.
Were they typhoons?
No.
Sounded like them.
Do not think Alan's lagged out.
We all good in
Roger.
there? Any injuries?
One minor avulsion to the head.
I've got a minor bruise on my leg if that counts.
Bloody hell, fine.
Oh, my back's a bit dicky. Could you help with that as well?
I've got this
Swallow
pain
like our
just in my
boots,
groin.
man. Fucking back to your arcs.
My arc is currently just smoke, so...
Oh, it's the typhoons. Oh, I'm hard.
Do you want to swap arcs?
Let's get
No.
these,
Yeah,
fucking
go on.
positions,
If you want.
set up, make sure
no,
we're
just exactly
all
that, so
good.
don't mind.
Any casualties, please make sure you report them in.
Beautiful. First time I've seen those in action.
Smith, are you good?
Hughes is good.
One mag left. I think we're done.
It'll be down to bayonets soon. Oh, incoming.
That's an A110, isn't it?
Johnny, your favourite noise?
I pissed myself.
Smith, I was telling Alan I had a good song for that attack.
God.
Rourke's Drift by Sabaton.
Alan's back. Perfect.
Bridges, you did a real good number on that DTO.
I didn't hit it.
Did you not?
No.
Oh, you did.
I've got no idea. I'm in the bunker. Okay, good. I thought I was going to face through the bunker then, that scared the shit out of me.
Alright boys, your fighter's doing God's work right now.
Was he cleaning up?
Oh.
Is the Eurofighter cleaning up so they can end it?
Yeah, I think so.
Hughes, outside, help Crater dig and fill in the holes in the wall, please. And, oh! Smith, same.
Bert.
Bert, indeed.
That's Johnson sex noise.
Have you got that side, Bridges, yeah?
Yeah, Rog.
I'll move around a bit.
Sure.
That sounds like some inbound fire. Call of sniper north, southwest even.
What's the bet there's going to be a wave 2 popping up on the screen now?
Wave 5, fetch with your souls.
Broad, move over to your right. I'm digging a trench. Please help me dig that.
You got any more holes?
Why is there a fucking a whiteboard sitting out in the middle?
Right, boys. Index.
Oh, thank God.
Index. Let's brief.
We're done.
Debrief in the centre of the compound.
I love the word index.
On your backs. And unload as well. And we'll meet with Lieutenant Dale in the centre. Good work, everyone. Really good work.
Really? Are we putting the BFAs on?
Yeah, I'm gonna put mine on.
Max out. BFA's on.
I'll put your BFA on.
That was sick, though.
Yeah. How the fuck did the dude get in?
Yeah, we're getting the BFAs on.
I don't know. He must have. The firing angles right next to the bunker are really awkward.
Yeah, because you were the boss.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's so difficult to try and get an actual angle on them.
Debrief point is on my current position. Just keep heading southeast. You'll get there.
Oh god, this base got fucked.
What the hell happened here?
Say again, as you come in, weapons safe, magazines out, BFAs on. If you need a heal, stay standing. If you do not, go crouch.
Also, there's that one GTR hill. As soon as it crested the hill, I literally shot the driver out and then it just started spinning.
Right, 3 section boys, if you need a
Second it
heal,
crested.
stay standing if
I
not taking
expected
it.
to miss, but literally
And then
just
go on
I saw
whisper,
the I
please.
saw it start spinning, I was like, shit, I hit the driver.
That BTR was coming to fuck your day up and you were just like...
Oh, that sniper on the northwest though.
Push.
How did it go?
Make sure you're on whisper 3 section.
Yeah, it was fun.
Whisper's the one above the empty.
Did you go
fire, so
down?
I have done nothing but play Arma.
No, whispers all the way down.
I've been playing King of the Hill and
Okay.
played Nanix all week.
They never fucking bunker at one point.
Say again,
Fucking hell.
weapons safe, magazines out, BFAs on. If you need a heal, remain standing.
And Link's still dead for me over in the corner.
Yeah, so
The best
you'll get used to that.
I can just hear his voice in the distance and I hear it's Ethan. Like, what?
It's 1-1 specialty.
Sometimes I think I can almost hear his name.
Yeah,
Him whispering on the breeze.
Okay, so tonight was a live fire exercise on mobile defense and then area defense. So this is your classic area defense. I think tonight followed the trend that I've seen in operations when it works well, which is that most of the casualties taken were casualties taken by IDF. I saw a few people get laid out. It's one of the challenges of working in an environment like this, that even despite all the support you can give and all of the cover you can have, you can still get caught out in the open, even by I think, was it Hardy? Is Hardy here? Either way, someone got clapped by the Katusha, so tough luck. I try to be as fair as I could with them. I don't really like the Arma select Katusha rocket and drop, so I did the artillery computer over on the other side of the island, and yeah, hopefully that was as fun for you as it was for me. But no, for tonight, we've thrown at least a company size of enemies at you up those hills, and it really showed that you guys were adopted, and then your ICs have improved. Things like interlocking fire for your defense here. I don't think there was any point where I could, without jumping into someone and making it my own way up, get close enough to the fence line to get over it. I think Mr. Watson, I feel bad for you. You were the chap that shot me earlier on when you saw me standing over no and dowling inside the walls. But outside of that, it was super difficult. The team on the north side of the wall, specific call out to you guys, absolutely fucking phenomenal. I smoked 3 of the 4 positions that were on that wall. The only one I didn't smoke was the far one in the northwest that was interlocking, so that's 3 section. And the second I started pushing a section up there, they were hit. Same with the west there, coming up that revetment. And the second they came out the tree line, they got stomped. And anything that tried to come down that mountain pass got smashed to the point of frustration. It was really key, the reaction to the contact going on. One thing I'd call out is that The one thing I want to improve on is that communication on the net, and I say that from a perspective of half of my time was in Zeus, so I wouldn't have heard it anyway. But the cooperation that I could see from the interlocking side of things was perfect. It was really working well. And the only thing I call upon is that when we get the heavy, and this is like going to be the 10% of your experience, is when it gets really heavy, and we end up having to rebuild the walls with trenches. There were points where people were going down, and that wasn't getting called. But that is the only criticism I have. Everything else went really well. Perspective of you guys took what came at you, you held on to it, and you batted them back. So I am very happy with that. Your overlapping fire was there, so you had points where people were overlapping arcs. You were interlocked at a minimum, from what I could see. And anything that came up the hill, you held on to and destroyed them when they approached. So I'm very happy. And I hope that it was a fun night for you guys. So that's really it from me. Sustain what you're doing here. I think for an action to take away is if tonight you found that your IC and 2IC were unconscious, have a chat with them and say, what should I be doing? Because when I was cutting about as Terry Taliban and came across a couple of people who had downed ICs and that, they were sort of saying, well, what to do? So that's the only comment I have. Everything else went perfectly. And I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. So that's it from me. Anything from yourself, Mr. Angus?
Oh yeah, a couple of things. Mr. Eason, stand up. Mr. Eason put about 3 rounds through the window of a BTR and killed all 6 occupants with 3 rounds. 15 points to one section. That's fucking quality. Well done, Mr. Eason. Mr. Cole, stand up. You indeed. In the last exercise, you're familiar with what an ND run is. Off you go.
Hey,
Come on.
Come back. Drop your kit, helmet only, and your U-back, so I want you to run around shouting, I will not ND.
I will not ND.
On shouting.
Okay, so...
It's a new thing that the entire section doesn't do it.
Yeah.
Come on. I'm running.
You'll let him run on his own. Come on, go with him.
Fuck's sakes, man.
Come on, one section. Get going.
Drop your kit. I will not ND.
Okay. Archie's a bit enthusiastic.
I'll do it with a Valor and I'll make sure he's not laying on.
Apparently it's catching. But no, for the rest of you, tonight really was supposed to be a bit of steam blowing off, but it also shows you the value of this whole operation, because we are going to get into this. Russell, I swear you're in one section.
What? I was on my phone.
Yeah.
Shit admin
Yeah,
now.
I've heard that one before.
Oh no,
Go on.
ND. What, am I supposed to say it as well? Oh no.
Yeah,
ND.
yeah, go on.
Oh no.
Oh god.
Perfect. Cool. So, no, good work for everybody else. Good work from them too. Just they have to.
Oh, not ND. Oh, ND.
Yeah, so
Call you
enthusiastic.
tit. Oh, not ND.
Right, now I have to work out who's the two.
No, just.
Okay, so from this, I hope that you've taken some value out of it. I think the rest of us have now watching one section run around. But really, going from this, we're going to be going into Obu next week, looking at Obu and Fibula. So more again of this. Try to do it in terms of practical instruction, having you guys get an idea of what's going on, and then employing it in a kinetic environment. I know it can be a bit dry in PDT. Hopefully this is a reflection of the change in attitude on that and what we can get into. Outside of that, you guys are free to go. I'm happy for you to index now and to disconnect. Go have your section debriefs, and then I will talk to your ICs after this. So thank you for your time, and have a good night.
Right, boys, start disconnecting. I'll see you all in the section channel for debrief.
Later, nerds. Well, that's the end of the stream tonight, guys. Regent, sorry about missing all of your comments. They didn't show up on my phone. I hope to have that fixed when I can get a second screen. But that's it up tonight, lads. Thank you very much for watching, everyone. It's been quite a really fun night tonight. Really enjoyed that. So hopefully we get a few more like that, and then we can get a good op in a few weeks. But yeah, if you enjoyed and you're not followed, please feel free to follow. It really helps me out. And yeah, I'll see you next Saturday, guys. Bye bye.